On this week's episode, we're back from the depths of hell with Mr. Toad and ready to say goodbye to summer finally. Halloween time is almost here, and you know what that means. Time to talk about Christmas. We have several cool announcements related to Halloween and Christmas in the parks. Monsters, Caballeros, and talking Mickeys, oh my! We have some last-minute hashtag Fat Time in the Parks before Summer of Heroes goes away this weekend. Also, another Star Wars director bites the dust. We visit the set of Casey Undercover, questionable Aladdin casting, and more on this high-heeled episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. Hi, I'm Anthony.
I'm Shadow. I'm Diggs.
And welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Star Wars, Disney, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MousePIRE Podcast.
What's going on? Uh-oh.
The apprentice lives.
What is this?
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Think help me how to show up.
I never had a friend like me. Some imagination, huh?
Made you look.
This microphone's kind of meh. I'm going to have to buy one. I'm going to keep doing this.
Well, that's what the microphone's made for. You need
to. I have to talk like right into it.
Oh, that's the
I have to
point of it.
Put my face.
No, you don't
right.
need to do that because you sound all muffled.
No, what are you talking about?
Yes.
I don't just like my face, but not my mouth, or.
No. Hey guys, we are back and we're better than ever. And yeah, Tim Chicka Fresh is back.
Uh-oh.
He said we missed him.
Dude, anybody that listened to the podcast could tell that.
I don't know, because Nancy said that we had more of a bromance with Dan the Man.
I didn't say that Dan wasn't loved. I didn't say anything like that.
So yeah, Tim's back. Anthony's here, and Shadow's somewhere on the 60 freeway. I don't know where he is.
Is he coming?
Yes, he'll be here probably like right now. But anyway, we're just going to start without him.
I'll just forget to answer the door.
Yeah, we're not going to answer the door or anything. But yeah, you know what?
That's not Shadow. That's me.
No.
Nobody's home.
So yeah, I'm sorry we didn't record last week. It was too hot for the hot tub. And we still got to get Tim in on that. He doesn't know the hot tub joke yet.
Uh-oh.
But we'll get, it's nothing. It's just Saturday Night Live. So yeah, hot, very, very hot last week.
100 degrees.
And that was just in the studio. No.
Yes.
Probably was 105 in here. I don't know.
I lost like 5 or 6 ounces.
Yeah, I think I
where
did.
I was.
I think I lost a little bit more than that because like 113, 111, and just like, good Lord, it's too hot for anything. So last week,
where was this?
Rialto.
Ooh.
Yeah, IE. Too hot.
Good Lord. That's a lot of sweating.
It was, trust me. But yeah, last week, Anthony asked, hey, do we have that much to talk about? I'm like, no, not really. And he said it was just too hot over here to be trying to record, and we probably would have went through a lot of water and sweating buckets at the same time. So we decided to take the day off, so we can try to just stay indoors and cool off or something like that. I don't know. I was just trying to like stay still in my house. I was trying not to move because if I moved one little, movement, I'd be
more sweat.
So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to stay like this.
No wonder you're looking so svet.
Whoa, what does that mean?
Like,
Svelte?
Svelte. What is it?
Svelte?
Svelte.
Oh.
I said the wrong thing.
Yeah, I know what you meant, though.
I still don't know. I still doesn't know what it means.
Explain it to him there, Svelte guy.
It's
a general term for like you're looking trim and well put together and well dressed, kind of like all in one.
okay, I'll take it.
I was kidding, but no, you were saying how you've, like, despite having fat time in the parks, you've lost some weight.
Yes, I did. I actually lost like 9 pounds since the last time I weighed myself, which I was really, really surprised because during the summer, I'm doing something really bad. I've been drinking a lot of soda, and I don't drink soda as much. I don't know. I like Dr. Pepper. Okay. I'm just going to.
Did you know that Diet Dr. Pepper tastes just like regular Dr. Pepper?
It doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Bull crap.
If it did, I'd be drinking it because I've tried it and I'm like, no, it doesn't not taste the same.
Thing with
Not one single diet tastes like the normal one.
That's what they say. But nonetheless, here's the thing with diet soda. You have to bear through about a month where your brain says, this tastes like crap, and then after about a month, you don't want to go back to the regular because it's almost too sweet. I've done it. Elizabeth did it. She thought there was no way in the world she was ever going to want to drink
basically what you
soda.
just said is doesn't taste like Dr. Pepper for the first month.
No, I was talking about like Diet Coke.
Oh, so any diet drink.
Diet Pepsi, not the greatest.
Oh, well, I don't drink diet sodas, and I usually don't drink soda. I stopped drinking soda, and I was drinking, even though it's still not good for you, I was drinking lemonade and punch or something like that. But yeah, I got it back on the soda kick with Dr. Pepper, and yeah, but you know what? Even though I was drinking that, I still lost like 9 pounds, and I was like, oh, wow. So that was very interesting.
It may have been like 15 if you hadn't drank that soda.
I agree. But you know what? I'm on the right track. So you know what? A lot of people who try to lose weight say, I'm going to lose 15 pounds or I'm going to try to lose 20. I don't do that. I try to lose as much as to get to the next number. So if I was 250, I'm going to try to get to 250 or 249. So the 9 number.
So you try to lose 1 pound at a time.
No. Because now if I'm 249, I'll just try to go down. And if I get to 243, cool. My goal is to get to 239. See what I'm saying?
Oh, so you want to get into the next like centennial, so to speak? No, it's like the next 10-centennial, like
something like that. Yeah. So I'm just trying to get to the next number. If I'm in the 50s, I want to get in the 40s somewhere.
If you're in the 40s, you want to get into the 30s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was 239, and then I'm drinking my soda and everything, and so I'm not expecting to lose anything. And then I weigh myself, and I am 230. I'm like, whoa. So now I just need to get to 229. I'm good, and then go from there.
I remember weighing 230.
Me too.
I have to say, I just in my head, kind of maybe in the back, I always assumed Diggs was fatter than I am.
Right?
Apparently, that's not the case.
At one time.
We all have our days.
All right. So speaking of fat time, no, not time for fat time. But you know what? It is September. It's never early enough to talk about Christmas.
Before we talk about that, I just want to say now that it is September, goodbye summer, good riddance.
I second that.
Now wait, it's September. Aren't they supposed to be doing a AP days soon? They're supposed to be. They're supposed to be. They did announce the other festival at DCA. What's it called?
Yes.
Festival of Fatness.
Festival of Lights? No, Fatness. What is it really called?
Holidays.
But that does not this time include AP, or they just haven't said yet.
They haven't said anything about that, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Uh-oh.
So yes, they did announce Christmas time in the parks, and it will start on November 10th and run through January 7th.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
A shift of a day or two, one way or the other. Last time I think it was the 12th through the 6th.
Like I was telling him earlier, I think it just depends on when Friday falls.
So yeah, of course, returning we'll have all the, watercolor. What was it called? Watercolor.
Craptastic Christmas Celebrate something.
Something like that. Celebrating Watercolor Season of Light is returning.
That's the one.
Yeah, that one. But you know what? Also returning is our favorite. Viva Navidad.
Viva Navidad.
Yes.
Okay. Enlighten me. Why your favorite?
It's just awesome. That song is just suitable for Christmas because it's about Christmas.
Feliz Navidad?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why he likes it. I only like it because it involves the three Caballeros.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
And I love the three Caballeros.
So the three Caballeros are Donald Duck,
Yes.
and you love them. So
Jose Carioca
okay,
and
Pepe Le Pew.
definitely not. Is it Jesus?
no, it's the one I always forget the name. I always never fails. I forget the name of the third guy, the rooster with the guns.
Yosemite Sam?
Yes, that's
No,
his name.
no, his name's not Yosemite Sam. What's the rooster in the Hanna-Barbera called? I said.
Foghorn Leghorn.
He's my favorite. Not the three Caballeros.
Panchito Pistoles.
Yeah, that's what I said. Pinchito. So yeah, those three guys are his favorite, and I mean, I just think Viva Navidad is awesome. It's my favorite. I love to go over there and just chill, and I'll watch that parade forever, or that little street show they have. I'll watch it all day long.
I like the dancers.
Yeah, the dancers are cool. The mariachi, the folklorico
girls.
dancers,
Cute
and the other dancers that come out.
But those floats are kind of scary, though.
Now, the thing is, it doesn't say anything about Elena coming back. Remember we had the Elena processional thing? That was pretty cool, but...
I think that might have just been because she was new to the park at the time, so it might have been just a extra promotional thing.
But there's no reason why they shouldn't bring her back.
Or at least have her be part of it. She doesn't
Yeah.
need to have her own processional thing. She doesn't need to have her own little photographing sessions. She could switch off with the others, but she should at least be part of it. Maybe
Yeah.
incorporate her into the parade itself.
That's true. I don't have any objections to that, but I don't know. Hopefully, maybe, because it does say here they'll announce more stuff later.
I think it's because she's been deported.
Oh.
It's easy.
Oh. Yeah, we talked about that last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Nice knowing you, Elena. So anyway, besides all that, returning over at DCA is the festival food marketplaces for Festival of Holidays, hashtag Festival of Fatness. So we get to get our fat on again over there, and hopefully I won't miss getting that hot chocolate, because I didn't get it last year, and that was bull crap. So hopefully I'll get that hot chocolate, and hopefully they have some more cool stuff, like, you know, new pastries and things like that. I mean, that raspberry tart was yummy, but I mean, having something new will be cool, and we'll see when they announce the foods they're going to have this year. Hopefully it's all new. Hopefully some new foods, not the same as last time. So that's cool to look forward to. And it says here that at Disneyland Park, we will have the Sleeping Beauty's Winter Castle again. Believe in holiday magic. Fireworks.
You know what the most important thing is? Garland!
Yes.
We get our Garland back!
You beat me to it.
Well, I've been talking about Garland for 2 years.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
with ya.
Exactly.
I like Julie.
And you know
Garland's
what's
myself.
funny about the situation is that the garland was removed for the Frozen float
Right.
exclusively.
Right.
And when Paint the Night goes to DCA, no Frozen float. Did we decide that?
Presumably. I mean,
Presumably.
we don't know.
So
Yeah.
they said they're going to be a new float. Of course, we will get a Christmas Fantasy Parade. And, of course, Small World will transform into its holiday mode, along with, of course, Haunted Mansion Holiday, which will
Edna
begin...
mode?
Who?
Edna mode?
I don't know her.
Okay.
Which will begin on September 15th. So that's a lot to look forward to. But like I said, I do love Viva Navidad, and it'd be nice to see Elena come back. I did like that show, and the float. Her float was really cool. I liked her float. The lighting on that was really nice.
I missed it.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw her, but I didn't see the float.
Oh,
I got
okay.
there too late for it the one day.
Yeah, it was really cool float. It had nice little lights and things like that. It was pretty cool.
Garland!
So Anthony's happy for the Garland.
I am
I
too.
am...
I am as well.
Because remember earlier in the year when they were doing the rumors that it was going to come back again for Christmas? Well, actually last year when
Right.
it left, and then we were like, oh, yay, Garland's coming back. And then they announced, oh, it's
Paint the
coming back
Night.
for Christmas, Paint the Night.
Yeah.
oh, I guess we're not getting the Garland back. And then when Paint the Night left the last time, and we were like, oh, yay, Garland's coming back. And then Electrical Parade came on, and then there was all the rumors that Paint the Night was going to get refurbished and we were going to get back again for Christmas. But now it's official. No Paint the Night at Christmas. No Electrical Parade at Christmas. No nothing at Christmas, apparently.
Well, the Christmas parade.
Hopefully the Christmas Parade,
They'll
yes.
probably do a twice a day thing.
Yes.
Like they used to, right? They used to do a morning and a night for the Christmas parade. didn't they?
Yes.
Right.
They'll probably, I mean, you would assume they'll do that again, unless they're going to run the Christmas parade only in the evening and then run like Sensational during the day. You never know.
Yeah, I was just trying to think because sometimes.
I remember from a kid or, my younger days, that they would run twice a day for the Christmas parade.
Yeah, they'll do like a 3 o'clock and then 7.
Right.
So something like that. I think that's where the term "what time's the 3 o'clock parade" at came from.
Time is the 3 o'clock parade.
Hopefully they do
Empire Records open till midnight.
exactly.
Midnight!
Hopefully they will have a night showing of the Christmas Fantasy Parade because it's really nice at night with the lights and everything. So hopefully they do that. That'll be pretty cool.
I remember seeing Sensational on one of the 24-hour events at like 1 in the morning and thought, oh man, this thing kicks ass. Way more than any other time I've ever seen.
Yeah. Night parades are cool.
Yeah, now that we got no distractions like Paint the Night or any of the other stuff for Christmas, we should get more of a traditional Christmas back that we haven't seen since 2014, basically.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's back to kind of like, 2014 Christmas.
Well, let's not forget that they've taken Mrs. Claus out of the Christmas parade.
No, I didn't know that.
Well,
That was last year, right? Or-
Yes, and I guess we have to see who they take out this year. They always take out someone.
Who do they put in?
I don't know. They took out Max. They took Max out of the parade.
Oh, yeah, because he was on top of the house, right? And then they replaced him with
They put Pluto up there.
they put Pluto, that's
and
right.
then they put, where Pluto was, they put Duffy.
What was it last year that there was a
Duffy.
big controversy that they'd taken Mrs. Claus out of the parade, but then they put in somebody in her place? And I think it was like Frozen or something.
Sure.
Would that sound like a real thing?
I don't know. That was last year.
That was the year before, wasn't it?
Probably.
They took out Mickey and Minnie ice skating, and they used they built the Frozen float for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right, with Olaf, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but
And what does Frozen have to do with Christmas?
snow.
It's cold.
I mean, really nothing else.
That's it.
It's a seasonal issue.
Right, it is.
All right, so we're gonna back it up now.
Beep, beep, beep,
We are backing
beep.
up. Well, I thought we were done backing up.
Back it
That's
up.
pretty
back it
far.
in.
We're backing up pretty far.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about Halloween now at
Back
the
it
Disneyland
up.
Park.
Back it in. Let me begin. I don't know the rest
That
of
was a little too slow.
Jump
Yeah.
around. Jump around.
At least someone got it. If you got that joke, send us an email.
MousePIRE at backitup.com.
That's Gmail. Thanks.
So you guys know that they are doing a overlay over at Radiator Springs and, well, actually Cars Land. They made some more announcements, all the stuff that's going on over there,
Should
and
be
what.
very interesting.
Yes, it's going to be pretty cool. I did post on our Instagram some pictures of Cars Land showing some lighting, putting like Christmas lights up around the trees, but of course it's probably going to be orange, stuff like that. And they did put on the telephone poles on the right side of the street, so they're going to be hanging Halloween garland, I guess, right? You can call that.
On the left side?
On the right side, they put new post up. The post for Christmas
Oh.
is on the right side.
So they can run the garlands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So in other words, when Halloween's over, that means they don't have to put the poles up in
Take them down.
November. They'll just have them up already, so
Yeah.
they'll just flow right in.
They can put up all the leaves for Thanksgiving? No?
Yes.
So we did talk about this last time when they talked about the Halloween invading Cars Land, that they will be transforming their road town into Halloween. Gonna have a little celebration over there, and like I said, their Halloween decorations are going up, And I haven't been to the parks lately, so there's going to be more and more things going on. But they announced something over there for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
That sounds really, really fun.
In Carsland?
Well, we're talking about Halloween.
Oh, just
Yes.
Halloween in general. All right, yeah, so as he said, we're going to hashtag Save Groot at the Guardians of the Galaxy Monsters After Dark.
Okay, what's funny is that it's monsters. The ride was monsters to begin with. It was like Squid Monster, right? So now it's just, they're just turning the lights out?
I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm being sarcastic, but they're like, what is it? Does it say what it's supposed to be?
Yes, it does, as a matter of fact. Your adventure is going to pick up moments after the events of the regular ride. The Guardians have successfully escaped. So in other words, this is going to take place in between the ride and Star-Lord's awesome dance party, basically. So you could even have some continuity there, that when, Star-Lord and the Star-Lord's dance party, that they've come back.
Okie dokie.
Whatever, you didn't pay attention. Nobody gets my thing that there's continuity between that and the dance party.
Well, there's continuity throughout the Disney universe.
Well, yeah, of course. So anyways, Guardians have successfully escaped, but they left Groot behind because, he's small. I don't know. They left him behind. So Rocket is enlisting you to distract the creatures that have been released because, you guys, we all, during the ride, the actual ride, all the cages have been opened and everybody's getting out. And, you got that big creatures, all those creatures that they're fighting during the regular ride. Well, all those creatures are out now. And so Rocket needs you to help distract the creatures that have been released so he can find and rescue Groot.
Sounds like fun.
Now, the collector's assistant, Feta, may try to assure you that it's all just a momentary setback, but they advise you to proceed with caution. Now, this will only be at night. I don't know what time that's going to start.
I'm going to just go with a guess, maybe
6.
Maybe 8?
6?
6,
No,
8?
probably 6 because by
close at 10. Whatever.
By October, it'll be dark by 6 or 7. So
maybe 6.
So once the sun sets each evening during Halloween time, the mission breakout will transform into Monsters After Dark. The music continues to be at the heart of the experience. An all-new song, Monsters After Dark, was created especially for the attraction by Tyler Bates, the actual composer of the Guardians of the Galaxy films, which is kind of cool. Help, hashtag Save Groot at Guardians of the Galaxy Monsters After Dark, only during Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort.
I have a question about this new Monsters After Dark.
Monsters After Dark!
Are you only going to be able to go on it during the Halloween party?
No, they're going to be running.
Well, it's
all
at DCA,
month,
so is this what people are asking?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, it's obvious because he wouldn't be asking such a stupid question, but other people would be asking such a stupid question.
Who are these people that are asking this question?
The same people that ask all the stupid questions.
I'm just
Okay, well,
wondering if
you know what,
Diggs can give us an idea of
We
which
will
stupid
talk about
people.
stupid questions later. Okay, but no, I just want to clarify that this Monsters After Dark is after, like you said, maybe 6 o'clock or whenever they announce the times. So whatever day it is and you're there, you can go on it. It has nothing to do with the Halloween party. So let's just get that out of the way right now. Because, yeah, a lot of people are asking stupid questions about that you only can go on it if you have a ticket for the Halloween party. So,
Talk about stupid comment. Can somebody please help me understand? First the Tower of Terror, now this. When did Disney say horror and Guardians of the Galaxy somehow fit together?
oh, gosh. Anyway, let me just say something real quick. When the Guardians of the Galaxy came out, when it opened up and we went on it and everything, I remember, I think I said on here that, you know what's going to lead to being able to do different things for the ride with the video screen and everything. So I'm happy for this. I'm glad about this. We get some different experience. So I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't matter Halloween or whatever it is. I mean, you can change the CD or wait, we're on Blu-ray now. Sorry. You can change the Blu-ray at any time for any type of adventure.
Well, and it's definitely a quicker changeover than anything else because there's no actual downtime. There's no refurbishment. You're switching from the one during the day to the other one at night, which is something unprecedented Because, I mean, you've never tried to do that with Ghost Galaxy or anything else where you did it during the day and then the other at night. So this is definitely a new idea for them to be doing where you still can experience the regular ride during the day and then have the special ride at night. So that way you have all those people, I want to be in there in October and I don't want to go on the stupid one. I just want to go on the regular one. I didn't even want to go on it anyways because I missed Tower of Terror.
Do you think they're trying to create like a nightmare layover for DCA? Is that what they're trying to create, like the DCA version?
It's all preface to obviously the Halloween party moving to possibly to DCA starting next year. So this is all run throughs because obviously there's there's the rumor that obviously that Racers itself is going to get a Halloween layover next year. So I mean it's all kind of building towards that whole idea.
What other rides could even get?
Plus it's a way to incorporate DCA more into the Halloween, which they've never done before, and I've always kind of been annoyed by the fact that they never put up a lot of any Halloween decorations at DCA.
What else could they even do a layover on?
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, they could do a Soarin'. That would be awesome if they had some sort of Soarin'
over the graveyards.
Soarin' over graveyards. Soarin' through haunted places. Soarin' through Transylvania.
They should do one called Hovering over Disneyland while the Halloween fireworks are lit off.
Hey, that's
cool.
That's
the best show.
That's cool.
Would anybody else agree that's the best fireworks show they have?
That's cool.
I like it. Which fireworks show do you think's the best? Send us an email.
MousePIRE at monstersafterdark.com.
He and I were talking about this on the phone, actually. Is there another way other than email that people could contact us to, because I was thinking about it. Emails are more difficult to send than, Facebook messages if you're a Facebook person.
I don't know about that. It doesn't take a
teletype.
When I email someone, I take out the computer. I type them.
I use my phone when I email. Oh. So I don't understand how it's difficult to
That's
email.
why man created phones.
And you got it right
for
here.
For emailing.
Yeah, you just hit your little mail thing and you send it whoever you're going to send it to. All right, so moving on, let's get back to this Monsters After Dark.
Monsters After Dark!
Now, I think it's cool. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to go on in and check it out. And, yeah, they're going to turn the lights off and scare everybody.
I don't even know if it's going to be a whole thing with the lights being off because, I mean, everybody assumes that's what it is because everything is always about, let's turn the lights off to make it more scary. Like they had the whole after hours thing for the end of Tower of Terror with the dark. I don't even know if that's necessarily going to be the case. If it's all just going to be a brand new program on the screen, then it's not even necessary for them to turn the lights off. They may dim the lights some, but it's already kind of dark in there to begin with. So if whatever's on the screen is slightly darker, that's going to give you the same effect as turning the lights off or lowering the lights anyways.
You could also just close your eyes.
Exactly. Just listen. Listen.
When Tower went away, we rode the very last night. We rode several times. We were trying to get an elevator to be silent the whole time, just to listen to the mechanical sounds and the creepiness of the elevator. And it took every try from the paid party we went to throughout the next day, and finally on the very last time, everyone shut up. It was my greatest accomplishment to get everyone not to scream on
That's
Tower.
Crazy. All right, so let's get back over to Cars Land. They, like I said, everything's going to be overlaid over there, which will include Fillmore's showing off his jack-o'-lanterns and ghostly folk art. Whoa, ghostly folk art. That's pretty cool. A spider car spinning webs all over Flo's V8 Cafe.
Whoa.
Exactly.
A spider car?
Yeah, it's going to be spinning some webs.
Must be an exhaust issue.
Maybe, huh? Over at Luigi's, Rollickin' Roadsters will become Luigi's Honkin' Halloween. I think we talked about that before. All new spectacular dance celebration where Luigi and Guido will entertain the cousins with Halloween twists and traditional Italian festival songs like Terror Antella, Chop Top of Carsoli, and more.
Oh, I was really excited for a second. I thought maybe they'd do the Monster Mash.
I was expecting that too.
They can't get the rights.
It was a graveyard.
Maybe they will get the rights, or maybe they haven't. But it did say and more. So
The Monster Mash.
You never know. You never know with that. Mater's Junkyard Jamboree will become Mater's Graveyard Jamboree. Boo.
Jamboree.
Oh, and you were talking about Monster Mash. Well, over there, they will have some new tunes, creepy new songs, and fun haunted twists. Favorites as Monster Truck Smash.
Monster Truck Smash.
And Welcome to Radiator Screams.
Where is this?
At Mater's.
Oh, well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
That's a better ride anyway.
So you're going to Monster Truck Mash.
I still have not been on the dancing replacement to the
I like it.
swing,
It's
the
fun.
flying tires.
I've been on it a couple of times.
It's okay if you don't have to stand in line.
Yeah.
Well,
which is why I didn't go on it when it first opened.
That's a statement.
All right, when you guys walk into Buena Vista Street, you're going to see a new 10-foot tall statue of the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow.
That's cool.
Holding his jack-o'-lantern up to the sky will haunt the Carthay Circle. Mickey and his friends will bring more Halloween fun to this stylish avenue, donning new costumes with Mickey Mouse as a bat, Goofy as a ghost. Hey, Goofy's a ghost this time.
Was it Donald the Ghost last time?
Daisy Duck as a witch and more.
Well, Daisy's kind of a witch anyway. But no, seriously, wasn't Donald one of the... Or no, it was his three nephews, Larry, Moe, and Curly.
They were the ghosts?
They think they were the ghosts, Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
So, of course, all this will begin on September 15th, not too long from now. It's going to be pretty cool. Fun season over there. You know, about time DCA gets an overlay and gets some Halloween stuff going on over there. It's going to be pretty cool. And we will be there on September 15th. Will you be there?
Is that the Villains something?
Oh, I don't know.
I know that they've released some information that they're... I think it was the 15th of Friday.
Yes.
I'll be there on the Thursday for the Villains Vault pin release. But, yeah, probably... I mean, maybe on the Friday, too. I don't know. What's going on again?
I'm glad you listened. So, yeah, September 15th, start of Halloween time in the parks. It's going to be pretty cool.
I do have some information about the Halloween time. What's still available as of like this morning, at least. The Halloween party has 2 dates in September left: the 20th and the 22nd. And the 20th, I believe, which is a Wednesday, is the only day available still for APs. Yes. I think you get that $10 less. It's $85 for
right.
pass holders. Otherwise, $95. And then in October, it looks like all the Fridays are sold out, so all we have left are the Tuesdays, and they're all $105. So you got 1 day left. If by the time this airs, those are even still available.
Right. Because today, the September 25th sold out.
Oh, well, that's a Monday.
Yeah, that one sold out today because I was on last night before I went to bed, and it was still there, and then when I woke up, it was sold out. So, yeah, it's going to go pretty quick in this few weeks, I'm sure. All right, so, of course, we will be there on September 27th. So if you guys are in the parks or anything like that, all you have to do is just message us, say, we're here too. If you guys want to come up, meet up, and whatever, we'll be there.
Are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
Fat Time in the Parks.
We don't need that anymore.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, it's time for some Fat Time. So Shadow and I were in the parks sometime. It was a Sunday, I believe, right? Yeah, Michael was having
fun day.
Michael the mail guy was having a meetup, and let me just tell you this quick story.
Quick.
Because we told him we were on the way, and he's like, "Oh, where you guys at?" And we're like, "Oh, you know what? Right now we're getting fat." Mm-hmm. So we stopped at Angelo's to get some food. Yummy place.
Strawmy.
And so after we ate, headed to the parks, got on the bus, got off the bus. I text Michael, "Where are you?" He sent me a picture.
Let's see it.
So he sent me a picture, and all you see is half of his head, the top part.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see the marquee of Animation Studio, right, or Academy.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about now.
So clearly he was at Disneyland Park.
No, so I'm like, okay, cool. And we head over there. Oh, because we were actually over checking out the Hollywood backlot, checking out all the superhero stuff. And
You were there anyway. You were like
No, because we just got to the
skip,
part.
and a jump.
Every time. I mean, I knew he was a DCA because he posted, "I'm going to be here until this time, but I want to know exactly where he was." So he sent me that picture, and like I said, we were over the back lot, and we go over there, and he's not there.
Well, what the hell, Michael?
So then we go inside. Oh, maybe he went inside because it was hot. So we go inside.
In the hot tub.
He wasn't there.
What the hell, Michael?
He wasn't in the hot tub either.
So then I'm like, dude, where are you? I'm over here in the corner by Spider-Man. Why are you telling me that you're over here at the animation when you and then leave? You know I'm coming to you, and then he's over there in the corner of Spider-Man.
You know what they call that, Michael? They call that inconsiderate.
So anyway, he was doing his little meetup thing and everything.
We have a thing where if we move,
you tell the people.
There's a thing called there's a new technology. It's called texting. Newfangled technology. It's called texting. I've moved. I'm over. Blah blah blah. Send. That's all you had to do.
Does anybody remember the first text message that they sent?
No.
Or who it was to?
Was it Bell?
It was to Bell?
Yeah.
How did Beast feel about that?
No, Alexander Graham Bell.
Oh.
That guy. So anyway, after Michael's meetup he had with the superhero people, we were just sitting there waiting for, he was in line for Spider-Man or Captain, whoever was there at that time. So anyway, like I said, it was really, really hot.
Inconsiderate.
Yes, really, really hot. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go try this Milano, that icy looking drink with colorful, with blue and orange and whipped cream.
Was it very sweet?
Yes.
Yeah, they
Yes.
usually are.
Very, very sweet. So Shadow and I got one of those, and it was all right. It's pretty cool. Not bad. I mean, it's really refreshing on a hot day like that. So, yeah, it's really a little too sweet, but I think I said that cherry Coke one I got before was really sweet, too.
All of their slushy drinks are way too sweet.
Well, I don't think the Goofy Glaciers are that sweet.
No, the Goofy Glaciers are not that sweet, but I think it's a completely different construction.
I didn't see any construction workers, though.
There was construction paper.
Crane.
Because the Goofy Glacier those would be closer to, say, your like frozen lemonades, your Silver Sparkler, or your Boys and Apple Freeze.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The Boys and Apples were pretty good, but my favorite is the beer. The one we had at
yeah. That guy's brew.
The guy
Gaston.
with the big
Gaston.
chest brew.
That's not
Gaston
frozen
brew.
though, isn't it? I thought that was just a drink.
It's not frozen, but it's like
It's not
kind
slushy
of it's
though,
in
is
that
it?
same category.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a drink.
I don't know. That's my favorite of the bunch.
I like those. Yeah,
Very
yes.
Diggs and I cheers. To one of those. Yeah.
We were walking when we were there last. We were coming from Big Thunder Trail, and walking by, and I go, "Oh man, I want one of those right now." Sounds.
I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to go back into that restaurant.
Yeah, probably not.
Too many rose cups.
Too many not nice cast members.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, you know what? The Milano was pretty good. I mean, like I said, it was really hot that day, so it hit the spot. But Shadow said it was too sweet for him. I don't know if he even finished it.
I think I did, actually. I just kept drinking water after I zip it. Because, I mean, it was good in the beginning, but then after a while it started getting too sweet that I needed water. So I think every 5 zips it was water, 5 zips water. So I ended up finishing it. It was not bad. It was good. But after a while, it was just like, yeah, they need a small cup.
Oh, we forgot to mention Shadow was here. Hey, yeah, he's here.
Welcome, Shadow.
I just flew in.
He was late. He gets a tardy warning.
Next one is $3.
Yes, $3 from Michael.
I'm going to
Did
review a
you see that
party
story? It's on the news this morning that a high school was doing a new tardy policy that they have to pay a fine. And the first one is free, and the next one is $3. I think they need to call it the Michael the Mail Guy tardy slips.
Because they're $3 or because they're free?
No, because it's $3. Because that's what you tried to give me the time for the corn dog.
That's not how much a corn dog costs.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like $6 something at least, and that's without the apples and the French fries at the.
Because you never heard the story?
I think I've heard something.
Just like this. Short story. He told me that because I hate
corn dogs.
Buzz Lightyear. No,
Buzz.
Because I hate Buzz. He said if you go on Buzz and prove it, I'll give you a corn dog. I'll buy you a corn dog. So I said, I'll go on Buzz for a corn dog. Shit.
So I only bought you half a.
So I went on corn dog, and I even Facebook lived that shit as proof. And then he's like, "Okay, here's your corn dog money," and he just handed me a bunch of money all wadded up and folded up
and left.
And then he left. Exactly. And then I unfolded the money, and there's $3. I'm like, and I was like, in Friday, this ain't enough.
Wow, Michael, we know you're listening. Why are you so cheap?
Dirty.
That's dirty.
And then he tried pulling it off later. Well, that's all I had. Well, I'm like, well, save it next time and give me the whole damn shit.
No, hold on. You just don't offer to buy somebody a corn dog unless you have the money to pay for the corn dog.
Exactly.
It's not that hard.
Well, he obviously underestimated my hate for Buzz Lightyear compared to my love for corn dogs.
But you'll ride Buzz Lightyear with me, right?
I mean, I guess if you want to go on it with me, I mean,
I'll show you where all the secret targets are.
Oh my!
I'll show you how to get like 1 million.
Okay, I mean that's not really that important to me, but sure.
1 million.
All right, so back to Fat Times. Don't forget that September 10th is when the
Fat Time
superhero stuff is all over with.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So yeah, and the Fat Times, all the food over there.
Wait, what day?
September 10th.
Okay, so it ends 5 days before Halloween.
Yeah, so you have until September 10th to go check out the Milano and all the other food items they have for the superheroes of fun or heroes of fun.
So all the food's going away at that time?
Yes.
Not just the stuff that's in the shack.
Right, exactly.
It's okay because that food isn't very good.
Hey, no, the nachos, right, that we had, the nachos were bomb. No.
Apparently you haven't been to Denny's because those nachos are bomb.
No, I don't like those nachos.
Ew. Nothing's bomb at Denny's except for
the nachos.
Breakfast.
The nachos.
All right, so also going on right now for annual pass holders, the return of the AP popcorn bucket.
It's back.
It's back again. It's a Villains popcorn bucket. It's $15 like usual and $1 refills. Must have your annual pass and ID and blah,
However,
blah, blah, blah.
This one only runs to October 31st.
Yes.
Yeah, this one has a lot smaller window. You have 1 month from the day it starts to get your popcorn bucket, and then you only have 2 months to use the popcorn bucket.
Well, no, you can get the buckets are available now.
No, I know. But the buckets were only available until, I believe, September 31st is what I thought the sign said. Isn't that
I didn't read the sign, so...
Oh.
Well, so, I mean, if they bought it now, they'd have essentially 2 months. But
Right.
Yes.
But every other time that they've done it, it's been at least 2.5, 3 months.
Agreed.
Because when they came out, when the Electrical Parade one came out the second time for summer, it started beginning of May, and then went to the end of July. Because then the DCA popcorn bucket, the Summer of Heroes popcorn bucket, came out Memorial Day weekend when Guardians opened, and it was still available until the end of July. But if you got the Electrical Parade one, you had it for almost 3 months.
Yeah, so you do have to purchase between September 1st and September 30th.
So I was right. It was the end.
Yes.
Okay. I thought that's what I read.
They gave us a good window on the last one, I will say.
Yeah, the window on the other one was much better. You had like a month and a half to buy the bucket, and then you had almost 3 months, 2.5 months to use the bucket. This time you have a 1 and 2 month window.
So if you don't buy it until Halloween...
Well, you can't even wait till Halloween.
So,
well, you could wait for the Halloween party because the Halloween parties start at the end of September. But yeah, if you're not going to a Halloween party until, say, October, then you're screwed because they'll be gone by then. And in fact, I wouldn't even wait that long because every other time that they've had the popcorn buckets, they've sold out before the end of day. as far as I know, the only one that might be different is the Summer of Heroes. Did we hear anything about?
I don't think it's sold out.
Those never sold out
I don't
because
think
they came so late.
Yeah.
If you don't have it by, I would say get it by the end of next week if you want to be safe, because once the parties start, forget about it.
They're gone.
They're gone. Once the parties start and all those people start coming for the parties, bye-bye.
I will say that people like the villains.
Well, yeah, that's why that's another reason why to get them, because definitely the villains popcorn bucket is 1,000 times better than the Summer of Heroes popcorn bucket, and one would say even that the villains popcorn bucket is better than getting a second Main Street Electrical Parade bucket that's just different colors.
Right.
So,
All right, so let me just real quick. People are posting that there's 2 different buckets. They're posting that there's the villains bucket and a Phantasmic bucket. The Phantasmic bucket is just a regular popcorn bucket that anyone can get.
$8.25.
those people don't know how to read.
So I just want to make sure everyone knows it's only one AP popcorn bucket.
$15.
Yeah, the Phantasmic one should be the normal $8 or whatever for a premium, right? But there's no refills on it.
Right.
I will say, what we've been wondering is if the Halloween party is going to be getting the pumpkin that they have in Florida.
We'll have to wait and see for that.
Yeah.
What pumpkin?
Well, in Florida, they have a pumpkin popcorn bucket that's only available at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Well, see, it's possible that the whole reason why the villains popcorn buckets are only available for the month is because maybe those ones are going to be coming.
I would hope so.
But they might also only be available during the party. But Disneyland's never had a party-exclusive popcorn bucket that I know of.
Not a party exclusive, but they've tried to do that. I mean, with the poison apple mugs.
Right.
Those were held back and released during the party here and in Florida.
Well, the first time they came out early
Correct.
September and then sold out before they even had a chance to get to Halloween.
Well, this is the problem with the way they do a lot of their food merchandising. Same thing with the rose cups. Same thing with the poison apple mugs. There's been a couple other items that were similar, but they...
Actually, no, I take that back. Halloween had just started when the poison apple mug came out, because I remember that we were at Big Thunder Ranch. We were at the Jamboree for checking out the Halloween stuff that day when we first heard about the poison apple mug.
The problem is that they
didn't make it to the parties.
They don't make it to the parties because they
don't get enough.
They don't order enough
because they're not very bright.
I mean, these things cost probably $1.80 a piece to make or something, if not less.
Because it doesn't. See, that one just quick little thing. I mean, that's the thing about the poison apple mug, the rose cup, all this stuff. It doesn't make them money to have limited amounts of these things.
No,
it makes other people. It makes everybody else money
on eBay.
On eBay by having these things. That's why I don't understand why they don't make enough. Why not flood the market with this crap so that way nobody's making money on it except for them? It makes
you would think that's what they would do.
It makes zero sense for them to not flood the market with these specialty items so that way nobody is making money on eBay except for maybe selling to somebody in Idaho.
Idaho.
No, but the thing is, if they did what you're suggesting, the secondary market would have a price cap. I mean, maybe not a cap, but the average one that sells wouldn't be $100 or $50.
Like, for example,
it would be $5 more than the retail price.
Right. Like, for example, the poison apple mugs came out the first year.
Right.
They were going for upwards of $100. Right.
Same thing with the rose cups.
Same with the rose cups. Second time they came out, the following year, they were going for not that. They were going for $30.
Yeah, $30.
Same
$30
thing
to $40.
with, say, the tiki, the Haunted Mansion tiki mug at Trader Sam's.
Same thing.
When it first came out, I sold them for well over $100.
Yeah, $150.
$150. They were easy to get $150 for them.
Let's clarify that we're not greedy bastards. Those are just they're very nice cups.
Right.
They're collector's items, and they were super limited.
They allowed me to have that many. I drank all my drinks.
Right.
And but when they re-released them around Halloween last year, when they came out the second time the week of Halloween, I didn't get more than $50 for them the second time around.
Right.
because they flooded the market a little bit more with them. It'd be the same thing if they flood the market with these stupid rose ears, rose cups, any of that crap. If they had them all, if they had plenty of everything, there wouldn't be any secondary. There wouldn't be a huge secondary market, and Disney would make more. Disney would make more money because they're selling more.
Agreed.
When there's a demand,
and the other thing too is they wouldn't have people lined up, pissed off. I mean,
Exactly.
I waited something like what? Remember that day, Diggs? How long did we wait? Like 2 hours or something? It was a long time.
It was
that
a long
one
time.
day. Yeah,
Yeah.
we waited 2-3 hours maybe, and Diggs and I were lucky enough to meet in the line and have some entertainment. But
it just leads more credence to the fact that I don't think Disneyland cares about customer service anymore, guest service anymore. It just leads more to that because, I mean, when they do stuff like that, it in theory creates a guest service nightmare for guest services, but they obviously don't care, just like they don't care security.
Well, I mean, I joked earlier about not sure if I'm allowed back into the Rose Tavern, but it was because we were trying to buy a certain amount of rose cups for someone's wedding, and they told us you can loop through the line as many times as you want, and the limit is 2 per person each time you go through. So we would go through and we'd buy 4, and we'd go through and we'd buy 4, and then it would turn into where the manager sees, even though they're telling everyone that you can do this, then the managers say, oh, these people are looping the line, and then they look at you in a different way, and it's...
But they never said you couldn't.
No, they're literally telling people they can, but then they're
telling
sort
you
of
can't.
singled us out.
Right.
It was a strange... I don't know, it was very strange. They were letting other people go through the line several times, and suddenly we were told, oh, well, that's it for you for today. So it was like...
Anyways, well, it won't be the last time. There'll be something else eventually. Maybe
I think-
Halloween or
I think
Christmas.
that
I
what
can
they
almost
do,
guarantee
though-
there's going to be a rose cup or a poison apple mug that's going to be the hotness.
I don't know about Halloween, but maybe for Christmas.
All right, moving on. So, have you guys heard about that talking Mickey?
I have.
Does he talk?
I think he talks.
Is it coming out of his chest?
I don't know. But you know what? I got the scoop on Talking Mickey and when you can find him and where he will be. Because everybody wants to go see him and they want to know where he's going to be. He's been over at the Redwood Challenge area, whatever that's called.
Wait, he's in DCA?
He's in the cut.
I talked to somebody who knows a little about this Mickey, and I can definitely tell you when he's going to be in the park, so you guys can go and take pictures with him. Okay, I lied. I don't know when he's going to be in the park. But basically, you know what's going on is it's being ran by the Disney Imagineers. I'm guessing Burbank is testing him out. So they're not telling people when he's going to be there. So cast members who do that, are the hosts with the characters. They don't know. That department doesn't know. So basically, when Burbank wants to come down and do this, they do it.
So it's whenever they show up with the head.
Something like that.
Have you watched the video of the Mickey?
I didn't watch it because I've seen Talking Mickey in 2009 at D23. So
Right.
it's not news to me. It's new to the park that they're testing them out or whatever.
I mean, he's in the same Mickey as the one that they use in Sensational, where the mouth moves.
Right.
It's the same technology.
Right.
Same as 2009 D23, the first one, right?
Right.
Or 11? Wasn't it 11?
2009. Because I
the
didn't.
first?
No, 11. You're right.
11 was the first, yeah.
No, 2009 was the first.
No, it was 11 because I didn't go to the first. I went to 2011. You went to 13.
Yeah.
I didn't go to 13.
No.
So it was 11. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, they're just bringing him down when they want and testing him because they don't want to announce, hey, he's going to be here. So then half the park runs over there to go, try to meet him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
End up with a big old long line.
Have you watched the video?
No.
So I watched the video, and my opinion is
it creepy?
It's creepy if you're used to him not talking
Right.
a little bit, but for kids, it might be a little bit less alarming. Because, the kids, why don't they talk, mommy? So that's like they're talking, and they say a lot of stuff. He says, quite a few things. What I thought was strange is that if you're used to the mannerisms of Mickey Mouse, the kick the leg out and the things he does with his hands, normally when he's not talking, it's not the same stuff he does when he's talking.
So that means there's different people inside.
It's not that there's different people. It's that they're.
Or are they telling them not to do the mannerisms?
They do. I mean, they do. They did a little bit of it. You should really watch the video. But it's what I felt like was that the actor inside the costume was trying to talk with their hands through Mickey's voice. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, like, when I talk and I go like this and I'm excited and, hey, boys and girls, so I'm moving my hands around.
For those at home, he's moving his hands around.
Hey, in case you couldn't see. No, but it's...
The magic of radio.
It's, some people talk with their hands, and it was that kind of thing where I thought, oh, Mickey's speaking out loud and talking with his hands. But Mickey that doesn't speak does a lot of very specific gestures that we're used to, and I didn't see as much of that in the video.
So whoever's playing Mickey when it's talking is obviously they're distracted too much trying to do the talking stuff and the talking with their hands. Because are they controlling Mickey talking, or is there an Imagineer off behind a tree with a remote moving that like they're controlling Yoda or something?
I think that Mickey
Jabba
can say certain things and that the mouth just automatically moves with those statements.
Okay, so it's like some sort of fancy...
Now, it might be similar to the Star Wars situation where they do finger presses inside their gloves. The actor chooses to say, I want to say this, and then he gives a one finger, two finger. Groot, I think, is probably the same way. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Groot pretty much just says, I am Groot,
well,
though.
Yeah. True.
So, yeah, anyway, like I said, they're just testing them out. There's not going to be any notification when he's there. If, the only notification you're going to get if someone is actually there in the park and they, splatter it all over Facebook, Mickey's here and whatever. But, yeah, right now it's testing phase. And if I get any more information on Talking Mickey and maybe a day that he's actually going to start being in the parks, I'll let everyone know. But, yeah, as for right now, it's just testing. And if you go over there and you happen to see him, then you're one of the lucky ones.
Testing pretty quickly becomes a regular thing, though, right?
Well, like I said, 2011, not new.
Yeah.
All right, so last week we were fortunate enough to go to what is called a run-through of Casey Undercover, Disney Channel show, which was really, really cool. Even though Anthony has never heard of the show, he went, and even though he had never heard of the show, he enjoyed himself because it was really fun. A lot of fun over there. And
yes, lots of surprises and stuff that I was not expecting.
He had a big smile on his face.
Well, yeah, once there were certain people showed up and I realized there were certain people there and on the show, I was like, okay, this ain't so bad after all. Actually, before that, let's talk about the studio itself and Lucy.
Yes. Because
that's the thing that actually got me pumped up from the get-go when we first got there.
Wait, so where did you go? The studio?
Yeah, it's what's it called now? It used to be called Hollywood Center Studios.
All right, so it's called Sunset La Palma Studios.
Oh.
So, yeah, formerly what Anthony just said, Hollywood Center Studios. And it was the very first studio where I Love Lucy was filmed. The first two seasons.
First two seasons in 1951 through 1953 were filmed in stage 2 on the lot. Then that was the home of Desilu, the original home of Desilu. And just real quick, just so you guys know, it was originally the very first person who actually resided on the lot was the great comedian Harold Lloyd.
Yes,
filmed
he
a lot
had
of
a
his
straw
stuff
hat.
there. Yes, the straw hat guy. And a lot of other cool stuff. But yeah, it's notably for the first two seasons of Lucy.
Do they have anything Lucy there?
Yes, they actually have a big, on stage 2, they have a big sign on the outside the studio that says home of I Love Lucy, 1951 through 1953. And then you go inside and there's several big black and white photographs of that were taken inside, behind the scenes photos inside of the studio while they were filming inside the soundstage that are on the walls. So that's really neat.
A little shout out to my girlfriend Elizabeth, who, when she hears this, will be very excited.
Cool.
We watch Lucy every day in our house. Every
Well, if
single
you come across
day.
any episodes that were from the first or second season, then you can tell her that we were inside the studio where that was filmed.
Well, she'll hear this.
So, yes, we were inside the studio where those were filmed.
So yeah, lots of history there because the George Burns show was filmed there also, and countless.
Say goodnight,
others.
Gracie.
Good night.
Good night, Gracie.
George Burns, I like the devil and the God.
Oh yes,
Is it?
yes.
Hey God, is me the devil, or what was it called? The movies.
Dear God, stand
Dear
by.
God.
So yeah, a lot of history there at those studios. But yeah, we went for the run through. So basically, it's like a rehearsal on the sets. So there's no filming involved. They just basically go through their lines and acting out the parts on each and every set.
Yeah, they're not even in costume or anything.
No.
They're just dressed normal. So we won't even know what they're supposed to look like until we actually see the episode that we saw run through. Until we actually see it air, we won't even know what they're supposed to look like in those episodes.
Yeah.
Now hold on.
Or in the
I
episode.
wasn't there.
Right.
What is this show about?
It's basically a family. It's one of those shows that the whole family are agents. They're undercover, and they're basically trying to save the
They're
world.
spies.
Yeah, spies, and this person's going to do that, and we got to go stop them from doing that type
Is
of
it
show.
Disney
Well,
something?
we're burying the lead here. It stars Zendaya from Spider-Man.
Okay.
And she's in high school, blah, blah, blah. She actually, I guess from what I can gather, she doesn't even know her parents are spies when the series starts.
Well, that's how it always starts.
Right.
The kids don't know, and then they
And then
I don't even need to say it.
Right. At some point, I guess she finds out, and then at one point she starts becoming part of it, even though, because, oh, let's get our high school daughter involved in this.
Is this a 30-minute show a la Jessie, or is this an hour-long drama?
Yes, first one.
Oh. Okay.
30-minute show.
A 30-minute show
I-
a la That's Jessie.
Yes.
Ooh.
So, I mean, we had a great time watching how they do the run-throughs. And
That would be interesting. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
have fun with that.
That's the technical part is what I was interested in, not necessarily the show itself. It was all the technical, because it was way different. I've been to several tapings of shows as part of a studio audience. It's obviously completely different than that because you got sets on both sides, and you got a big walkway in the middle, and then you got sets on the left, you got sets on the right, as opposed to a sitcom or something where you got the all the sets are on one side for the most part, and then you got your bleachers and everybody's watching. So this is kind of different because you got more freedom, and then of course, being that you're there as a guest, then you get pretty much free reign to walk around. We got to take pictures on the sets themselves.
if you guys seen our social medias, you would see all the pictures that we posted on or from that. But just to let everyone know that this show actually doesn't have a studio audience when they film or when they tape. Because like Anthony said, there's sets on the left side. There's maybe 6 sets on each side.
I think so.
Something like that. So just think of going through a warehouse and you're walking through the middle and you have 6 sets on one side, 6 on the other. You know, you have the house, you have the school hallway, and then the other set. We weren't allowed to take a picture of the bad guy's house because it's a brand new set that they just barely put up. So
In fact, we're not even going to be able to talk about that with you guys.
yeah, we're not going to talk about what we
When
saw.
it airs,
But it was cool.
When it airs, we can revisit it
But
and
we-
tell you guys what we saw.
But we can tell you that there's going to be a cat on that episode.
We didn't see the cat; it was fake.
Yes. But yeah, like I said,
We did see a dog, though.
yes, that cat right there. I didn't know that we had that guest.
I brung it. Sorry.
So yeah, it was pretty cool, and we took some cool pictures over at the Olive Pit, which is the Italian restaurant on
Not the
the
Peach
show.
Pit.
Not the Peach Pit.
No, there's
yeah.
not 90210.
Because, you know, every show has to have a gratuitous food place for everybody to eat at.
Like
Yes.
Max.
Right.
Max.
Or
So, yeah.
Pops.
It was pretty cool. We took some cool pictures there, eating some pizza, and I was like,
The menu there is legit.
yes.
It's not just like a menu where you open it up and there's nothing inside. Like, it's
Yeah.
actually as if you went to they went all out on this menu.
It was pretty cool. So if you guys should go check out our social medias, go to our Instagram, check out the pictures.
I took people's order.
Yeah, he took our order and we sat down and ate some pizza. Really, really fun. And it was really cool to see how they actually do this. And because, like, let's just say we're in the Cooper house and they're doing their scenes there. And now we have to walk all the way up to the
We got to
Olive
work
Pit
out.
to go watch them do the thing there. And then we got all the way back to the Cooper and then
So you can imagine how they do it with the cameras. Okay, let's
Yes,
move this part.
yes. That was
My favorite part of it all, besides meeting everybody and eating food, was the narration of it. How the narration guy now
Well,
so and so.
That's the director guy.
Yeah, but I like the narration with it, and he would just because he was so
Well,
funny.
because there's guests there. You know, we were there. There's a lot of kids there, and of course their parents and things like that. So he's basically explaining to the audience what's going on, so you have an idea of what the scene's about.
Did I hear that there was food?
We're going to get to
Whoa.
that in a minute. We'll get to that in a
Craft
minute.
services, man.
We'll
Even
get-
during a run through.
We'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, we're just talking about the technical aspect and getting our daily exercise of going up and down.
right?
Just to see the different scenes.
Now, of course, we can't imagine with how many people there were watching along with us the run through. It's hard to fathom having the cameras in there, but then you have to figure that when they're doing the actual taping, you don't have all these extraneous people
Right,
there
right.
walking around. It's just the actual crew, so it's a lot easier to get your multiple cameras and stuff in there. Because what do you say? 3 camera? Is it 3 camera?
It's a 3
camera show. So
So it's not filmed in front of a live studio audience.
No,
No,
because I
no.
just said that earlier.
right.
And the reason, one of the reasons it's not filmed is because they do a lot of stunts. There's a lot of stunt work
Yeah.
on the show. So that's one of the main reasons they don't
Thought
have
maybe
a...
it was because they weren't that good of an actor.
No, they got a good... Dwayne Wayne's a good actor.
Dwayne Wayne.
We're not there yet.
I know, but anyway, yeah, that's one of the reasons because our friend Rob, who actually got us in and invited us to come,
Hi, Rob.
he said that's one of the reasons is because there's a lot of stunt work and it would be difficult to do the stunt work with audience there and things like that when they have to set up.
Plus, they have way
sets.
too many sets to have a setup
Yeah.
for a studio audience.
Yeah, I mean you have to have a bigger sound stage and roll the sets out.
Well, you wouldn't be able to have that whole space where the second house was across from
Well,
the
that's what I'm
Cooper
saying.
house.
You would have to roll them out. Have them on rollers.
Right.
That's what usually they do is roll the sets out and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I just want to real quick thank Rob for inviting us. We had a great time. It was awesome. We've been
Yes.
talking about
Yeah.
this since
I don't know, a year and a half, whatever, since he was on a different show.
since Gamer's Guide. He was on that show and
Yeah, he was on a different show I never heard of.
yeah, exactly. And that's a la Jesse because one of the kids from Jesse was on Gamer's Guide.
Which one?
Luke
The
Cameron.
freckle kid?
Cameron.
The freckle kid?
Yes.
I can't stand him.
Okay. Well, anyway. So, Rob, thank you for inviting us. We had a great time. And Anthony enjoyed himself because he got to see. We're going to start to talk about who we got to see besides the cast of Casey Undercover, some other stars that we didn't even think that were going to be on this show.
Yeah.
Right, because, I mean, Diggs had heard of the show, but you said you've never seen it.
I've seen 2 episodes, maybe.
So you weren't
Too familiar.
So you weren't that familiar with all the characters on the show. Did you know that that certain person was the dad?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the only one that you knew, though.
Right.
But you didn't. He didn't say any of that ahead of time that person was here. Right, he forgot. I'm like, well, let me find out who's in this show. So I start looking, and I'm going down. I actually, for some reason, I was down at the bottom. I'll get to that, why I was looking at the cast list in a minute, because I was looking for a specific person that I thought I saw, and then it ended up being them, but they were actually a guest star. But so I'm looking, and I'm at the very bottom. All of a sudden, first I see Rick Fox. Like, Rick Fox of the Lakers? University of North Carolina, Rick Fox? Well, he plays one of the dads, but he wasn't there, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
So, didn't get to see Rick Fox. But going up, I see a name that looks super familiar to me. I click on it. Next thing I know, Dwayne Wayne from a different world? What's his name?
It's a different world.
Kadeem Hardison.
Kadeem Hardison. I'm like, Kadeem Hardison, that looks super familiar. And come to find out, yeah, it's Dwayne Wayne from a different world. Of course, those of you who are as old as us remember the Cosby Show sort of spin-off, A Different World, and Dwayne Wayne was basically the main character of that show and the only reason really to watch that show after Cosby Show. So,
This guy?
yes.
Yeah.
That's not what he looked like when he was Dwayne Wayne, though.
No, when he was Dwayne Wayne, he definitely looked different. He had different glasses.
Yeah, and
they
he had
flipped up.
Right, and he had the hair and all that stuff. But yeah, so I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm trying to figure out who he is, and I see this one guy, and then Then this guy over here tells me he's a guy with braids, and I'm like, no, that's not him. Yeah, the hair.
No, we were talking about Zendaya's dad.
Like her actual dad.
Her actual dad.
I was just talking about TV dad, and then
I pointed to Dwayne Wayne, and you're all, no, that's not him.
Well, because he had told me that was her. Then I'm like, oh, that's the real dad.
The real dad is this big guy
Damn,
that you
big.
will not mess with.
No.
You're like, damn. So, yeah.
Yeah, this big old guy with some braids and stuff. And
So your boys that try to date his daughter, good luck.
right. Of course, she's 20, so she can take care of herself. But it's cool, pretty cool. In case you guys don't remember that, whenever it was over a couple years ago, towards the beginning of this podcast, I guess it was when Zendaya was announced that she was going to be in Spider-Man.
Whoa.
I was like, "Who's Zendaya?" And then this guy was like telling me, because at the time she was on that other show, right?
Sinbad is on this show.
Yeah, he's been on it. I think. I wish he would have been there. That would
That would have been cool.
What about Kazam?
Kazam. Actually, this show might have still been in the first season already, probably when she was cast in Spider-Man. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So either way, she's still doing that. And then, of course, she has another movie called The Showman with Hugh Jackman coming up about Barnum and Bailey.
Right.
Origin of Barnum and Bailey. She gets to pal around with another Disney Channel mainstay. What's his face from High School Musical?
Zac Efron?
Yeah, with Zac Efron. She gets to pal around with and probably kiss Zac Efron.
She gonna like feel his
Efron.
muscles?
She's gonna feel his Efron.
Hope it doesn't leak oil.
Leak oil.
But the thing that really, obviously Kadeem Hardison was cool, and that would have almost made the day complete by itself, along with the Lucy thing. But then all of a sudden, the thing that actually got me looking at the cast first was I saw a familiar face come walking over and then go over. Before everything started, I saw a familiar face. This was about the time that you pointed out the real dad. And I saw a familiar actress walk by, and I'm like, wow, she looks like Kristen Nelson from Psych. And then I'm like, okay, and then that's when I started looking at the cast list stuff. I'm like, the Chief Vic. And I'm like, looking at the cast list, I'm like, I'm okay, I don't see her on here, but Kadeem Hardison, that's cool. And then so I go to IMDb, because if you don't see it on Wikipedia, IMDb is the next place to go. So I go to IMDb, and sure enough, I scroll all the way down, and there she is. Casey Undercover, 3 episodes.
Well, IMDb is a little more foolproof than Wikipedia.
Right. I mean, I just don't like going to IMDb. Is confusing it's too many clicking, too much clicking.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
It's way too much clicking. So, because there's a lot of, especially the mobile version of IMDb, it's really annoying. But don't give me that look.
I've never had an issue with it.
Well, whatever.
You have this app? And have you ever had an issue?
No, I haven't.
I don't know what these guys are talking about.
Well, Wikipedia is way easier.
Wikipedia, no.
But IMDb is the final
IMDb
word.
is like pictures.
Anyways, the point is that IMDb in this case came through because they showed that Kristen Nelson was on 3 episodes of Casey Undercover. I'm like, well, damn it, that's got to be her then. And then,
did you fanboy?
well, I was about to fanboy, but I wasn't completely sure. But then the first scene that they did started was with people we can't talk about because it's spoilers, but there's the guest stars. And as soon as she opened her mouth, I was like, as she started talking, I 100%, I'm like, well, that's definitely her because I recognize her voice.
Swing.
And then I look at the guy she's with, the guy who's playing her husband, quote unquote husband. And I'm like, well, damn, that guy looks familiar too.
And you thought it was the other guy.
Well, I just got the names confused.
Yeah.
I knew who it was, but I just got the names confused. Because then all of a sudden I'm like, well, shit, that's so-and-so from Weekend at Bernie's. And it was Jonathan Silverman.
Wow.
Yeah, because you said that at the same time when I said girls just want to have fun.
Well, then I also said Brighton Beach Memoirs.
Yeah.
That was first.
Mind blown.
Yes. And I'm like, dude, it's Jonathan Silverman. And then, so we got Jonathan Silverman, we got Kristen Nelson, who I'm the only one who seems to care about that.
You're the only one ever that watched Psych.
No, I'm not the only one ever who watched Psych, but Psych is one of the greatest shows ever. And then we got Kadeem Hardison. I'm like, okay, well, this just became a really even better day
For fanboys.
Well, for anybody who's
If you're a Psych fanboy.
Well, if you're a Psych fanboy.
And a fanboy of the Cosby Show spinoff.
Right. Or if you're a fan of movies.
If you're a Lucy
If you're a fan of a couple movies of the 80s.
Yeah.
If you like movies about dead guys.
Right.
Then this was the day for you.
And their sequel.
Well, Weekend at Bernie's, it happened twice.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then when we went up to him, and I mentioned girls just want to have fun, he went, "Whoa, boy!" that was what I was stabbed.
Well, first of all, what was it he told Jose, or who did he tell that he's like, adults are the only one who comes up, or adults are the only one who comes up to me?
Well, he said the adults are the only one who know who I am.
Right.
Yeah. He said.
Which is not surprising, obviously, because he hasn't really done anything. Although, coincidentally, and I talked about this when I did get to talk to Kirsten Nelson, that he was on an episode of Psych also. So I had seen him fairly recently, but...
Reruns?
What?
Reruns or DVDs?
Well, both. I mean, I saw the episode when it first aired, and then when it was on Netflix before they rudely took it off of Netflix.
Rude.
And then now I watch it on Ion.
That's dirty.
Yeah,
but he aged pretty well.
Yeah, considering the fact that I could look at him and say and know exactly who it was. But then even then, I was like, I still had to wait for him to start talking, because then once he started talking, same with Kirsten Nelson, I'm like, oh, that's definitely him.
But just like I told my brother, I didn't think of it till afterwards. Instead of telling him, girls just want to have fun, I should have said Tuna in Tokyo.
See, I don't even know that one.
So yeah, it was really cool to meet them. We actually, they were doing a meet and greet. Really wasn't a meet and greet. It was basically stand in line with the kids. For the kids to go stand in line, and then they sit on the couch. All the actors are on the couch. The kids sit on the couch. Take a picture. Next. So it wasn't like, hi, how you doing type of thing and talking.
Right, and just a word of it. Yeah, it wasn't certain people's idea of a meet and greet, but just a word about who the kids were for real quick is that just want to point out that one of the kids particularly was there for a Make-A-Wish thing, so that their Make-A-Wish request was to be on the set of Casey Undercover, apparently, because that's how Make-A-Wish works, right? Usually,
you request what you want to do.
You request who you want. Because in fact, he was telling us before we even walked in the soundstage that they had a Make-A-Wish there. Because I made the joke, "Oh, is John Cena here?"
Right.
Because of course everybody knows that John Cena has the record for most Make-A-Wish fulfillments ever.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why I made the joke.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean they had that kid there, and then like I said, they had other kids who were there.
All of the other kids belonged to the Disney people, who were the ones that were sitting in the director's chairs. Because during each scene, they had this big roll of director's chairs on each side that they would push back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And they had all these adults that were sitting there. And from what he said, that those people are from Disney, and that they come and watch every run through, and they give their notes, I guess.
The execs.
They're execs, even though they're not dressed like execs. They're just all casual, but they're Disney.
Then they have the suits.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not. When you say execs, they're probably execs from that department of Disney Television or Disney whatever.
And legal.
Right, and legal and stuff like that. So they're there to watch everything and listen to dialogue. But all the kids that are there, I believe, other than the Make-A-Wish girl,
belong to those parents.
So, yeah, so like he said, getting back to the meet and greet, they just had all the cast was in a circle on one side of the actual set of the Cooper house. Coopers are the main characters. That's their main house.
Could you have waited in the line and taken the picture on the couch?
Well, that's getting to that.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to get to. We were just trying to do a setup for this.
Yeah, so we were, our friend Rob said, "You guys want to meet?" Yeah, or take a picture. Yeah, and so we're trying to get into the line, but they already said, "That's it." They didn't say to us, like, to be like, "Oh, that's it, no more." But they just basically said, "Okay, that's it." And he said, "Oh, sorry guys, that's it." Because Zendaya just boom left. She took off, And we're like, okay, well, cool, whatever. It wasn't a big deal that we didn't get in line, and I didn't want him to go and ask to, get in trouble or anything because he's just.
It just would have been a great MousePIRE thing to do.
Yeah, it would have been, but we said, well, what about Kadeem?
Yeah.
He's over there talking to some people.
Well, even before that, you're jumping ahead because even before that, once we figured out, okay, well, they're obviously hogging all the cast, that's when I turned around and I started looking for Kirsten Nelson, so that way I could see if I could talk to her. Then all of a sudden I turn around and these clowns are getting their pictures taken with Jonathan Silverman. And by the time I walk over there, Jonathan Silverman has turned around and walked away. He literally walked right past me. But by that time I'm like, well, he's already stopped taking pictures and I don't want to, he's already done. And I thought it would be rude to stop him for one more picture. But, I mean, at least I could say he literally walked right by me. But I didn't get a picture taken with him while all these other clowns get pictures with him.
Did you reach out for a touch?
I might have brushed elbows.
Right. Now, is Jonathan Silverman related to the more current Sarah Silverman?
No, they're not. I actually used to think that they were related, but they're not.
So, yeah, then we asked Rob, well, can we get a picture with Kadeem? And he thought, oh, yeah, hold on. So he went over there and asked, and Kadeem, oh, yeah, sure. And we took a picture, and then...
Well, and in the meantime, while they're doing that, I've turned around and I see Kirsten Nelson coming from where Craft Services is, and she's talking to one of the kids and her mother.
So mid-photo, you started running?
Well, no, we're not even... No. This is right after the aborted Jonathan Silverman thing. I just turn around and I see her there, so I go beelining over there so I don't miss out again. And so I kind of wait, I'm kind of waiting like they're like all creepy.
Yeah,
feeling creepy.
I can picture it.
Whatever, sure. So I tell her that how much I love Psych, and then we go on and have like a big old conversation and I kind of like whisper, I'm like, I've never heard of this show. And then she kind of leans in, neither had I.
I think that's why they have a picture of you now. You're not allowed on the set now.
And then she's like, yeah, I never heard of this show either. I just got called up. And then she makes a comment about how it was such a surprise to, she didn't even know that she was going to be paired up with Jonathan Silverman at all. And that they've actually been friends for a very long time, since before he was even on Psych. And then when he showed up on Psych, it was kind of a treat for her because they knew each other. And then of course he showed up again because this was the third episode.
This is 23.
Well, I mean the third episode that those characters are on.
I can't tell you.
Right. Not that he can't tell you because we're not allowed to tell you. He can't tell you because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
All I know is that she told me that she's on a total of 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
She told me that. But yeah, so she talked about how wonderful the KC Undercover crew and cast and everybody is. She said it's one of the best sets that she's ever worked on, and how everybody was so nice and everything, and made you feel like family. And she went into all that, and then we talked about the Psych the movie coming up in December, and how excited for that and everything. And then these guys come over, and all of a sudden people are yelling at me from the back, hey, you guys can come over here and take a picture of Kadeem. I'm like, hold on, I'm trying to talk to her. And they came, come on, Kadeem, Dwayne Wayne.
But Kadeem is cool because the character and him playing Dwayne Wayne and the character of Vampire in Brooklyn, he's like that in real life. He's like, yeah, come right here, bang, 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 you know? So that's him 24/7.
Yeah, so finally, I'm like, okay, well, I cordials with her, and then I go over, and then we all get our picture taken with Kadeem, and, we're on first name basis now.
Yes.
You didn't get a picture with her?
We go way back.
Oh, I did a selfie with her because there was nobody around to take a picture, so I just did a quick selfie, which I don't like. I don't know about selfies, so it probably looks stupid, but at least I know that my fat's not in it, so.
There you go. Yeah. Speaking of Psych, your, what's his name? Dulé?
Yes.
He's on Ballers.
Yeah, I know. He's also on Suits occasionally.
He's on Suits?
Yeah, apparently he's a guest star on Suits also.
Judge or something?
I don't know.
All right, so let's talk about craft service, because that was my favorite part. I liked it a lot because they, Rob said there was ice cream back there. And when I heard ice cream, I was like,
this was all before the before the run-through even started. And it was actually, I was eating my ice cream when I first saw Kirsten Nelson.
Well, before we go to the ice cream, I was just like, we were standing there, and he was showing us the different sets, and we had water. He brought us some water. We had water.
But we hadn't actually gone back to the craft service yet, so
but
we didn't see anything.
He did give us water. Then he mentioned ice cream, and then he was showing us around, and then he said, "Are you guys okay? You guys need anything?" I said, "What about this ice cream?" He's like, "Yeah, come back." So
you can't mention ice cream and then not deliver.
Exactly. So we had some ice cream.
They had one of those little containers like they have in the liquor stores.
Yes.
Where it opens up from the top, and you have all the ice cream stacked up in different sections. I had a fake drumstick.
Is that what it was?
It wasn't a real drumstick, but it was a fake drumstick. It was kind of hard and frozen on top, but after
you know what? I think you ate the prop.
Oh, damn it.
That's what happened.
Because I kept biting into it, it kept cracking, and then I kept dropping chocolate on the floor, and I'm like, well, I don't want Zendaya stepping on this and falling, and then it being my fault that she's out of the show or something. So I had to lean down and pick up my stuff that was falling on the floor real fast.
Yeah, I got an ice cream sandwich.
I got the vanilla chocolate bar. That was good.
I'm really disappointed in you guys for not bringing me for free food.
So, yeah, ice cream, and then there were some brownies in there.
Oh, yeah, I had a couple of those.
And then
the memories I have of craft service.
Well, those were actually, that was in a little room, an actual room, and then directly across from the room, kind of behind the actual set and like right against the set, was another little makeshift room made out of the wall and the set, and there was a cooler with sodas and stuff. I had me a grape Fanta when we left.
Yeah.
And then there was actually some hot food set up. They had some tiki masala.
Whoa.
They had some
was there basmati rice?
I don't remember because I wasn't going to be like trying to get all the hot food.
You weren't trying?
I would have grubbed if I would have been like, I didn't know who else needed food, so I didn't want to.
Well, they were already after lunch, so
right?
You probably could have.
I didn't know that.
When we got there, Rob said, "Oh, well, they're on lunch right now."
Oh,
and that's why he took us around the studio.
Remember that. I didn't remember that.
So,
but
they had peanut butter.
But they had.
I want to know how tiki masala is like one of my favorites.
I know it looked really good too, though. It was like in one of those heating pans, and it looked really good.
Craft
and
service.
Then over on the other side, they had some pita bread and some hummus.
Well. We know how much we like the hummus.
And then on the other side, across from that, they had one of those big those big metal bathtub things filled with ice. And there was even more sodas and juices and custard yogurts and stuff in there.
You didn't have any yogurt custard?
I was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Missing out.
You know what? I agree with that because I could have had more. I didn't even have any brownies. I was just like, dang. I mean,
was overwhelmed.
It's not my first time crowd service because we did security on sets, but I was just like,
that's my first time seeing a good craft service that didn't just have Danishes. Because when I was on the movie,
you were in a movie,
Big Fat Liar.
When I was in Big Fat Liar, it was a location film, so all they had was the table with Danishes and crap. So and that was up on the bridge above the trams. But
when I did Vanilla Sky, that cater service was not Vanilla. Sorry, Minority Report. That cater was. Oh yeah, it was good.
Was that on set?
Yeah.
Well, that's why.
Off the chain?
No, location.
Oh well, but it was probably a more permanent location.
Off the chain. Shadow, was it off the chain?
It was more than that.
I mean, because
they had steak, hot dogs, burgers, pasta.
And see, if they would have been filming where I was a little bit longer, they probably would have had all that stuff. But it was like a 2-hour film, so they couldn't set up a lot of stuff.
I just want to give a shout out to Fish.
Yes, thank you to Fish, who actually was the one that put us on the list to get into the gate.
Yes, that is his boss.
Yes, that's
even
Rob's
though he
boss.
says he's not really a boss, because
family.
They're a family and a team.
Yes. So you know what? We had a great time. It was awesome, and I wouldn't mind doing it again.
Like I said, when the episode airs, which is for those of you who do watch the show, or those who are interested in seeing the episode that we saw the run through for, it is going to be episode 23, and this is the fourth season.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I mean, whatever. Just if you guys look up Casey Undercover on your whatever your guide on your DirecTV or your Time Warner or whatever the hell it is you have, and you look up season 3. Yes, it is season 3. It'll be episode 23. Now, if you're interested in seeing the full arc, you might want to start watching from episode 20. I don't know. But if you're only interested in seeing the episode that we saw, just so you can see what's happening, then it is just episode 23. Because after that airs, we will probably revisit our visit.
Yeah, great time. So one more time, thank you, Rob. We really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun, and I hope to do this again, maybe in a different show. We'll see.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
Nothing but Star Wars. All right, so moving on to some Star Wars, we got the really interesting news today that a lot of people have some opinions about. I have some different opinions about it. It actually kind of, I mean, I can get really angry about some things, and yeah, well, Colin Trevorrow, who we announced, I don't remember when that was. It was announced a year ago or whenever it was that he was going to be directing episode 9. Well, he is now been added to the list of directors that don't even get to finish a movie. So far, we are 1 for 6 or something like that. I'd have to go through, because let's just go through it real quick. J.J. Abrams, Force Awakens, Star Wars Episode 7. He started the movie, he finished the movie. Claps. So, J.J. Abrams made it through the movie. Okay? So, Gareth Edwards, Rogue One. We know now that Gareth Edwards did not finish that movie. It was Henry Gilroy who actually finished all the reshoots of that movie. So, Gareth Edwards did not finish his own movie.
Well, will you say that that's his fault? Or will you say that that's he made the movie the way he wanted, and then Disney came in and had somebody else?
Well, I'm not going to say whether it's Disney or whether it's a Lucasfilm. There could be a lot of debates about that. We could talk about that for probably hours, about who we think is actually pulling the strings of Lucasfilm, whether it's Disney actually has that much of hands-on, or whether Kathleen Kennedy has complete reins.
She's a dictator.
Because then that leads to a whole other discussion about whether whether fandom would be giving her as much leeway when it comes to all these firings, or as much benefit of the doubt if she was a man, or whether she didn't have such history with Lucasfilm / Steven Spielberg and all that, all her history back to the 80s with all the way back to E.T. and stuff like that. So, I mean, that could be a whole nother debate. But as far as Gareth Edwards, we know for a fact that he was replaced at some point by Henry Gilroy to do reshoots, and that he didn't technically finish the movie. Before that, going all the way back to shortly after Star Wars Celebration in 2015, Josh Trank, whatever happened with Fantastic Four and that debacle, somehow or another led to him being kicked off of the unnamed anthology movie, which people assumed would have been the Boba Fett movie, which then now has totally disappeared. So
that's the Han Solo movie.
Well, no, Han Solo was already going to happen. This was supposed to be after. This was supposed to be actually Boba Fett was going to take place the second one, and then Han Solo was probably going to be the third one. But they got switched around when Josh Trank got fired, supposedly from Boba Fett. Then they moved Han Solo up in the schedule, and then Lord and Miller were given that movie. Well, of course, we know now, a couple months ago, they were unceremoniously booted from the movie. And now we got Colin Trevorrow, who everybody is cheering and everything about because nobody seemed to like Jurassic World. So nobody likes Colin Trevorrow.
Do you think that this is a situation where whoever is pulling the strings has an overall vision, and they bring these guys on thinking that they'll stay in line with the vision, and when they realize that they don't, they fire them and find someone that will?
That's the only. I mean, that's
Logical explanation.
That's one way to look at it, because I mean,
the story arc has been written, right?
It's way too many. Not necessarily, because I mean, one of the things that we had for news for the 100th episode that I had to scrap because of time, and then I just totally didn't even announce it in the 101th episode, was the fact that back in July, a guy named, I believe, Jack Thorne had been brought in to replace one of the original writers on episode 9, who was writing along with Colin Trevorrow. And there's been a lot of speculation that when Carrie Fisher died, it created a whole huge issue with the script for episode 9, because they already had Colin Trevorrow, and the former writing partner, had a whole setup for episode 9 that involved Carrie Fisher. And then when she died, it kind of created a whole scrambling to rewrite the whole script to take her out of it.
Right.
But to also, obviously honor her memory in the script. But there obviously was some...
they'd be stupid not to.
Right, obviously. But then there'd be created issues, and then at some point there was issues when somehow in July, like I said, the guy who is Colin Trevorrow's writing partner, who also I think helped him write Jurassic World, and I think goes all the way back to working on him with his indie movie, Safety Not Guaranteed, which I love that movie. And I think he also worked on with the Book of Henry, which is going to be one of the things that obviously...
Is this Colin guy, he's the director of Jurassic World?
Yes.
So he's the guy that was at the Force Awakens premiere trying to plug Jurassic World over and over and over again? If you watch the live premiere.
Sure, probably.
With the giant tent in Hollywood and all that.
I didn't watch any of that. But
he's married to somebody involved in Star Wars, right?
I don't know.
If you look up, if somebody can look up who his wife is, I guarantee she's involved somehow in Star Wars or Lucas.
I will look that up while I continue. His wife's name is Isabel Trevorrow.
I assume that it was a married thing, but he was, if I remember correctly, he was at the premiere of Force Awakens and just kept plugging. Used to be the first #1 movie in the world, because Jurassic World was #1 in the world for a short period of time until Force Awakens came out. And he kept saying, previous #1 movie in the world.
I did not know about that, but I guess it's entirely possible. That was long before he was given episode 9, so who knows? Obviously, Lucasfilm at the time didn't see any big deal in it if that's what he was doing. So in July, like I said, they got rid of his writing partner who had worked with all of his other movies, and they brought in this guy, Jack Thorne. I believe that's his name. Like I said, I had it for some notes for an earlier episode, but then because of time, I cut it because it wasn't that important at the time. Well, now it seems a little bit more important. Plus the fact that I've just discovered today, because of all this, that the guy who has been brought in as the new writer, he's the guy who wrote the novelization of the script of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which is the Broadway the stage show that's in England and coming here. And I have heard nothing but bad things about that script and about that book, the novelization of that. So that's actually a little more interesting thing, that if they got rid of Colin Trevorrow, are they still keeping this guy around who doesn't really have that good of a track record either, in my opinion, if nobody liked Cursed Child, but that's a whole nother thing. But
you know who they should get to direct this movie? George Lucas. Or really J.J. Abrams. I mean,
funny.
It's a little funny, but if it was gonna be the finale of the series, even if he did it for free, don't you think he'd want to leave his touch? Or do you think Lucas is really done?
I think Lucas is really done.
Ugh.
If anything, your front runner for it would be for Rian Johnson to continue from episode 8 to episode 9,
or for J.J. Abrams to come.
It would be logical. I don't think that they would. I don't think that JJ would come back for it. I don't think that they would want JJ to come back for it.
Why?
Because there was a lot of fan backlash for JJ. The people seem to be a lot more attached to Ryan Johnson and his vision.
Because he directed one of the original,
who?
the last series, right?
No, Ryan Johnson was the director of. I get them confused. Gareth Edwards was the one who directed Godzilla. I always get the two confused. Stand by. Now I gotta look that
There
up.
was one that they were discussing as a possible director that had directed one of the original movies.
Well, probably you're thinking of Lawrence Kasdan, who was the writer of Empire Strikes Back and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
He's on the story team for the movies now. Oh, Looper.
Oh, we talked about this before.
Yes.
Yeah, Looper.
Long time ago when Ryan Johnson was first talked about for episode 8, we talked about he was the director of Looper. Gareth Edwards, who directed Rogue One, he directed the most recent Godzilla movie. But yeah, so everybody seems to be pretty happy with the way Ryan Johnson has conducted the episode 8. Now, I mean, I don't know how you can say that when the movie hasn't even come out yet. I mean, everybody seemed happy with the way that JJ was conducting episode 7 until it came out, and either you loved it or you hated it. And if you hated it, you thought it was a remake of A New Hope, because people.
I mean, in some ways, it was
because people just want to see the negative in everything and not just look at things from a neutral point of view and just say, "Oh, that's a cool movie." I mean, same with like going Jurassic World. Everybody's just like, "Oh, it's such a horrible movie." You know what? That movie's it's fine. It's fine.
Jurassic World's a good movie.
It's not that bad. And, I mean, just to get in the whole...
Better than the third Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, well, that's not saying much. That's not saying much at all. Because,
the third Jurassic Park movie was based on no novel.
Right.
There was Jurassic Park, and then The Lost World, and then they just created
Well, even Lost World was ruined by taking it to San Diego at the end, but that's a whole nother...
Hey, you just spoiled it for me.
Oh. Okay. But the only thing I like about JP3 is that I actually saw part of the set for that being built when I was working at Universal. But... yeah, so, I mean, as far as Jurassic World, that's another reason why people were like, "Oh, Colin Trevorrow sucks. He made what's-her-face, Ron Howard's daughter run around in heels the whole movie, and blah, 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 blah." And you know what? If you go to any theme park, any female executive at a theme park is going to be wearing heels. People that complain about her not wearing her wearing heels in the movie obviously has never seen a female executive at a theme park, because every female executive I ever saw when I was working at Universal wore heels. Every female executive I ever saw working at Disneyland wore heels. Every female executive at Knott's, oh wait, there was none.
I was gonna say.
I wasn't there. I was never around Knott's when there was if there was any female executives walking around, but. As far as Disneyland and Universal, yeah, there was definitely female executives, and yeah, they definitely wore heels.
I had some dealings with upper management at Knott's. I don't know about executives, but upper management.
Well, that's what I mean. Anybody in upper,
they were wearing. She was wearing heels.
Anybody who wore regular clothes and they were female would have been wearing heels,
definitely.
And she's basically
required suit, tie, business attire,
right? And in the movie Jurassic World, she's an upper management person in the park. There's no reason to expect her not to be wearing heels, and unless Colin Trevorrow watched Romancing the Stone many times, as it was pointed out to me, and I remembered that to be smart enough and have her knock the heels off of her shoes like Kathleen Turner does, then it's not totally unexpected to have her running around once the dinosaurs start attacking in heels, because I doubt that very much she would have had tennis shoes in the Jeep with her when she went to visit Chris Pratt's character in the scene where she goes to visit him. So,
well, they may have had like a go bag protocol, right? And they're just like, you need to have an additional pair of shoes.
The park is perfect. The park was running fantastically.
Hey. Dinosaurs, go bags.
But anyways, that's one of the main complaints about Colin Trevorrow and that movie is his portrayal of women and the way he dealt with women. And I just think it's kind of bullcrap, because people aren't looking at it from a theme park point of view. And having worked at 3 theme parks, I think I could speak from experience when it comes to theme park executives. So from that point of view, it's a stupid thing to complain about. If he did other things, that's different. But people keep focusing on the stupid heels thing. And then, so, I mean, the point is that so many people online are like, everybody basically, 90% of the internet is cheering and throwing parties, and they're so happy that this guy has lost his dream job. And it super annoys me that people have that kind of attitude, that they would be relishing in this guy losing a job, especially when there's so many more important things going on in the world, specifically today.
Well, yeah.
This being Tuesday, and certain things happening with immigrants, and certain things happening with a hurricane, a Category 4 hurricane that just happened in Texas, and the largest hurricane on record about to hit Florida. Then, I mean, there's so much more things to worry about than this guy having lost his job, and for you guys to be cheering about it, have some freaking respect. Now all the speculation has begun of who's going to take over for him.
I know. Potsy.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's not Chachi. So you got all kinds of speculation. The biggest speculation, obviously, is that Rian Johnson will just be kept on to finish. You got, of course, people thinking that maybe they can convince Ron Howard after he's finished with Han Solo. And then of course, you got the people, which I have no objections to any of this, of course. You got all the people who say, okay, let's get a woman director. Let's get Ava DuVernay. I don't know how to say her name. The one who's directing Wrinkle in Time. And then you got the people who want Patty Jenkins, the one who directed Wonder Woman.
I just have this feeling that whoever is really pulling the strings at Disney and Lucasfilm is kind of guiding the ship. And it might be the story people, the story arc people. It might be, somebody that's in an executive position. I don't know. But I have faith that whatever they put together is going to be reasonable.
I hope so. Everybody, there's people who complained about Rogue One and the direction of Rogue One. And
no, Rogue One was good. As a prequel, it's like we kind of knew it was going to happen, right? But you were asking about Force Awakens earlier, or you were talking about it. My opinion with Force Awakens, having seen it 3 times in the theaters and a couple times since, is that it's not my favorite Star Wars movie. But it's a Star Wars movie, and I love it because it is a Star Wars movie.
Right.
There's so much cool stuff. Some things I didn't particularly care for, but really, I didn't leave thinking this sucks at any point.
Problem is we're in a day and age where everybody has a problem with something. And then everybody who has a problem with something puts it on the internet because they don't know. People on the internet don't know how to shut their mouths and keep their stupid opinions to themselves. And there's so many stupid people on the internet that it's just like it creates a mess on the internet, and it's just like, can't we all just get along? And you got so many people. I mean, I haven't really talked about it on here, but you got the people who I've talked about Forces of Destiny, the shorts that have come out, promoting the toys, and there's so many people. They're nonstop every single time Star Wars posts one of the Forces of Destiny shorts. There's 50 people on there who are either complaining about the animation sucking, or they're complaining about the fact that that there's a cartoon that's all women. It's one or the other, and that's all the internet is people complaining about, oh, this sucks. Today, Magic School Bus, brand new trailers come out for the brand new Magic School Bus, and all people can complain about, oh, the animation sucks. Oh, we don't need another Magic School Bus. What's wrong with the one we had before?
Anthony, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you feel about the new Mickey Mouse cartoons? Does the animation suck?
I just think it looks like Ren and Stimpy, and it doesn't belong in Disney.
I'm teasing.
No, I know. I get what you're saying.
Everybody has their opinion. I get it.
I get what you're saying, but I'm not going on the internet
and
when somebody posts a video
stuff,
of those, and I'm not trashing it. I'm keeping the opinions to myself, or I'm saying it on a podcast because that's why I have a podcast, so I can have an opinion. If those people want to have an opinion so bad, get your own frickin' podcast. And sometimes I feel like I just want to go on there and, oh, you want to have an opinion so bad? Get a podcast. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they have a little bit more leeway than what they had with Han Solo, obviously, so you probably shouldn't expect an announcement as quickly as what Ron Howard was announced, but you should definitely expect some sort of announcement probably by the end of the year of who's going to be taking over Star Wars Episode 9. I would think that they'll announce that before Episode 8 comes out in December.
I'm honestly more concerned about the story than anything else.
Well, yeah, as long as, I mean, that's the problem, though, is that they were having issues with the story. And if the story is why they got rid of him, then my question is, what's the story group doing if they don't have an outline already for these people to be writing their story? I thought that's what the whole point of the story group was to have a cohesive outline of everything, whether it's the movies, the standalones, the cartoons, everything. So, I don't know. We'll see. But speaking of stuff that's actually doing good, we did get a trailer for the final season of Star Wars Rebels, and, well, there's nothing bad about this.
Ezra! What happened?
Lothra, Lothcat, Lothwolf, run. Pick a path, and all is done.
What's the status of the Imperial occupation?
Mandalore's under complete lockdown. War's raging.
It's time for you to prove your loyalty, not just to your family, but to all of Mandalore.
If you continue to allow this war to be fought on the Empire's terms, you are going to lose.
We are not ready for open war.
What about Lothal? We promised my people support.
You can run Mon Mothma's errands, or do something that might actually matter.
Your TIE Defender is at risk. Krennic has been quite persuasive about his own project. Stardust.
What about the blockade and Admiral Thrawn?
Are you confident your ship can get in and out undetected?
We don't call it the Ghost for nothing.
Woo! Got him!
Captured Captain Singular.
It will be done.
Ezra, it's not whether or not we fight.
It's how we choose to fight that matters. I know, Kanan. Maybe we're choosing the wrong way.
When are you going to feel you've done enough for this rebellion?
Guess I never really thought about it.
So I guess you really never thought about us.
Don't move!
Oh, I'm moving.
We will not stand down. We will not be broken by fear. We are strong, united by our courage. Now is our time.
I wish I could see you.
You could always see me.
All the paths are coming together, right?
I'm just not sure if we're going to like where they lead.
You used to say they're gonna die?
You am on Mothra.
Thank you. I just want to make a couple points about that. You obviously, I don't know if you could tell that there's a Saw Gerrera will be coming back again with hair. Just want to also point out that today the some New York Comic Con exclusive pops were announced, and one of them will be a Saw Gerrera with hair.
Cool.
And the other thing interesting, obviously, is the mention of Krennic, which was the first mention of Krennic on Rebels, and also he mentioned Stardust, which, of course, you know from Rogue One is the code name for the Death Star. So there's a lot of theories that this season is going to basically end where Rogue One begins, which I've actually been speculating and saying that they should do for since season before last. But I thought last season, really, with all the Saw stuff and everything, I was like, it'd be really good if they just had this go all the way up to Rogue One, because then we can see what happens and how Hera ends up as General, because we know that from Dave Filoni that he has said that we will find out how Hera becomes General Syndulla, which we hear her called in Rogue One, and how they end up as part of the group that fights in that battle. So I'm looking forward to it. That will be returning on October 16th.
Cool.
Just real quick, also naming out some dates. Don't forget that the regular day and time, I don't know about the time, but the regular day for DuckTales will be coming up in a couple weeks. September 23rd, DuckTales, Saturday, September 23rd, DuckTales will be moving to its regular day every Saturday. So make sure you guys mark your calendars for that, and when it gets close enough, make sure you guys set that for record. All right, apparently today, actually, as we were recording this podcast, I saw some news from Aladdin that, it's what a lot of people have been kind of afraid of was going to happen with Aladdin. It didn't really happen quite yet, but now it has. There has been an announcement of a character that is going to be a brand new character was created for Aladdin called Prince Anders. Well, he's going to be played by a white guy. Because why not create a brand new character that wasn't in the cartoon just to make him a white guy? This is what everybody's been afraid of that was going to happen with all the main characters. Well, they decided that they just couldn't get through this movie without casting a white guy in it. Well, it is Billy Magnuson, who was in Into the Woods. I never saw Into the Woods, so I don't know who this guy played. In Into the Woods, he was Rapunzel's prince. He did the duet Agony with Chris Pine. And he's also in the upcoming movie, or the movie out now with Aubrey Plaza called Ingrid Goes West.
That's supposed to be funny.
It is supposed to be really funny. And apparently he was also in Spielberg's Bridge of Spies. He's also been in Black Mirror. Oh, he played Kato Kalin in People vs. O.J. Simpson.
I saw that movie.
Okay, yeah, something somebody finally saw. Anyways, this guy is going to be playing a character called Prince Anders, which assumably would be kind of like they're probably going to take the rival prince thing and expand it to have Prince Ali have a rival who's white.
Cool.
Well, just another prince that's trying to get at Jasmine.
Right, just another prince that's trying to get at Jasmine, but he's going to actually have a name and everything. But obviously the problem with this is that they're portraying that he's a white guy playing him, when unless they manage to have the story be that he's a Western prince or something, where he's not from that area, where he's come all the way from
Denmark.
Somewhere where
Denmark.
Yeah, he's come all the way from Denmark or
Switzerland.
To Agrabah.
Right. So I mean, with the name Prince Anders, it's very Anders doesn't sound very
no
Middle Eastern to me. So I mean, it is completely possible that that people are just overreacting, and that this guy is actually going to be playing a Western prince who's come all the way from somewhere in Europe to woo Princess Jasmine. But who knows how in those days that kind of news would have spread. But I don't know. We'll wait and see. We'll see if the outrage is warranted, or if it was just jumping to conclusions. So
yeah,
who knows?
All right, so I was been contemplating doing a new segment called Stupid Questions, and this is basically questions that are asked about Disneyland and things like that. So I think this is a good idea.
This could get some people involved.
Yes, because yesterday I was actually sent this question. Now there's a Facebook group out there that has tons of stupid questions that people ask.
Is it the one we're thinking about?
I'm not saying what it is. So there's, like I said, there's a Facebook group, and they always ask these dumb questions. But this question actually comes from one of my followers. I don't know if they even follow me, but they asked this question. So here we go. Stupid question. I just purchased an annual passport. I was wondering, are we allowed to visit both parks multiple times throughout the day, or only once per park? So I was just like, what? And I sent this question. I sent it over to. I showed Anthony, and I sent it to Jose, and Jose came up with the answer.
I think Michael should have been given to see if he could get the answer.
So this is Jose's answer. I actually sent to her.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is for Disneyland. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday are for DCA, and they alternate every Sunday.
That seems like the right way to go.
So that's what I said. I didn't get a response. They did. She did see the message. So yeah, that's what I mean. You know what? They say that there is no dumb answers, or there's no dumb questions, only stupid answers.
Right.
No, that's not true. There are stupid questions, and I'm going to
like what time is the 3:00 parade?
Yes.
Or when someone says Empire Records open till midnight, and they say, "What time are you guys open till?" And
exactly.
they say, midnight, and hang up on you. Yeah.
There's a lot of dumb questions out there.
Is it raining inside the park too?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. I agree.
So if you guys have a dumb question, stupid question,
not from yourselves, but
no,
if
you've seen one, or if you can just think of one that's really dumb and like we might have fun with it, then you should send it in to us and we can come up with an answer for you. I think Diggs is onto something.
I think so too.
So you should email this in to...
Actually, those I think would probably be easier if you do have it and it involves a picture or something.
Yeah, if somebody else posted it.
It would probably be easier to send it through Facebook messaging or something like that, or actually post it to...
Well, the MousePIRE page has a messenger.
Well, I don't want them taking a screenshot of a dumb question in a group and then posting it on our page.
No, to the messages.
He said posting it on there.
Oh. Well, but you can send a message to the MousePIRE page.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you can screenshot it and message us.
Yes.
Don't post it on the page because I'm not trying to...
He doesn't want the drama.
Yeah, I'm not trying to post who said what. And
he's not Michael.
Yeah, so...
But seriously, if you just send it on the very top of the MousePIRE page, there's a button that says message.
Yes.
We can't send messages out to people from that page, but if you send one in, we can respond to it.
Yes.
That's how pages work on Facebook, in case anyone wasn't sure. But if you want a message there, or the Gmail, which is...
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
There you go. So send it in. Stupid questions, please. Some new people this time. You know, we have... like an average of about 1,000 listeners per show, right?
Yeah.
So there's 1,000 people out there listening to my stupid voice right now. At least 10 of you should be able to write an email or send a message with a stupid question or anything. Just write in to tell me that my voice is stupid and that you don't want to hear me anymore. I mean, even that would be enough. But please just say something. Send a message. Say Tim's dumb. You don't want to listen to this guy talk about messages or emails. Anthony and I were talking about this before, right? Like, somebody should be able to, respond and send a message in, right?
Right.
It shouldn't be that hard. And we're not talking about Michael or Nancy. We love Nancy, but not Nancy because she writes in anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Somebody else.
Stupid questions. That's your subject line. But you know what?
There's some good ones in the Mouse Tales books, if you know the
really?
original Mouse Tales book. I think it's the first one. As cast members, some of the dumbest things we've heard people ask.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
That's where I got the "Is it raining inside the park too?"
Yeah.
That they would get that at the parking tolls.
That's a great book.
Is it raining in the park too?
I met that author.
Yeah. Oh no, he's at the Disneyana conventions every time.
Oh, I met him at D23 in
Yeah.
13 and 15.
He's a funny guy.
So if, just in case no one, emails next week, I will have a stupid question. Because
I'm going to be watching for him too.
Yes.
Maybe we can do a few.
I mean, I don't mind doing that, but I just want to start this segment this time. Let us know what you think about stupid questions, because I'm just going to read all the ones I find. I'm going to start,
Actually, that's a good one. If you don't find a stupid question, but you have an opinion or a thought, even just 2 words about stupid questions, then you should also email or message us. And you can do that by emailing. No, he's not doing it. MousePIRE@gmail.com or messaging at the top of the MousePIRE Facebook page.
Yes.
Do you know the link for the MousePIRE Facebook page?
It's facebook.com/MousePIRE.
MousePIRE. There you go. So you guys have no excuse now, and we should have 50 bajillion messages next week.
So there you go. All right, so we're going to move on, and I'm going to talk about some closures and refurbishments going on at Disneyland and California Adventure. All right, so right now we've talked about the little red wagon is going through refurb.
The corn dog wagon?
Yes, the corn dog cart, but that's going to open on Saturday.
Yeah, Michael was bitching the other day because he couldn't check in.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you need to get a corn dog, you can go to the stage door. In fact,
No. It's about checking in. Our check-in, our MousePIRE's check-in is the corn dog cart.
Well, but he's got the whole brick wall.
Yeah, but we're talking about MousePIRE. I don't
Yeah.
care about his.
I mean, is it gone? Is it completely gone?
Yes. Yeah, they pulled it out. They're doing conduit, underground conduit.
Oh.
So, anyway, but it's supposed to open on Saturday. Of course, Space Mountain is transforming to Ghost Galaxy, which will open on September 15th.
Spooky.
Also, Haunted Mansion, of course, that's going to be reopen on September 15th. Also, the Riverbell Terrace. Now, we talked about that last time. That was
down for a while.
That was going to be in refurb. We don't know when that's coming back. There's no date yet on that, so stay tuned for that. I don't know how those Phantasmic packages or the meal things.
I was just reading that they've moved to New Orleans or Cafe Orleans.
Oh, okay. So they moved that over there.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, there you go. I'm glad you were here to tell us that.
Hey, got to be good for something.
All right. Plaza Inn will be in refurb from September 11th through the 13th. Finding Nemo, September 18th through the 22nd. Main Street Cinema, September 26th through the 28th. Anthony's favorite attraction, Buzz Lightyear, September 25th through the 26th. And Big Thunder Mountain is scheduled October 2nd to, we're not sure yet, no date.
What are they doing to Buzz Lightyear? They would require to be closed a whole 2 days.
They have to give Zurg a bath.
He is really rather dirty.
I will say that ride needs major refurb. And I don't know what they're doing in there for 2 days. It's just 2 days, right?
Yes.
I don't know what they're doing in there for
refurb to
days.
closing.
No, it's a fun ride if you know what to shoot at. It's when you don't know what to shoot at that you're like, I can only get 127 points. But I took my dad. My father is like 70 years old. I took my dad on that ride for the first time. We had the family at the park, right? My dad had sworn for the last 20 years that he'd already been to Disneyland for the very last time. But the grandkids were in town, and then I was there, and then the other kids. So he came. I took him on the ride. I told him what to shoot at. Dude got 300,000 points the very first time he'd ever been on. Just because he knew you don't shoot at the circular stuff. You shoot at the upside down triangles and the diamonds. Buzz needs updating, though. I mean, it needs a lot of the targets are like booty, basically. I don't know another word for it. A lot of the targets aren't working
hopefully
correctly.
the 2 days they can fix the guns.
And the photos don't match up.
Oh.
A lot of times there's no score on the photo.
Well, maybe they'll fix that stuff too.
Yeah,
That'd
I'm
be
really
good.
hoping that they can figure that out in 2 days.
Yeah. All right. Over at California Adventure Park right now, Goofy Sky School is closed for refurb. Not sure when that's opening back up. And then, you know what? This week was really confusing on their refurb list because they had Soarin' closed from today through something, whatever it was. And it wasn't closed. It was actually open. But what it was closed on Monday and it's still closed was Grizzly River Run. It wasn't on any list or anything, but that's closed. But that will be open. I don't know. I think it opens tomorrow on Wednesday.
You'd think that Grizzly would only be down like in January.
Yeah, that's why I didn't understand why it was closed because, like I said, it wasn't
hottest days of the year.
It wasn't scheduled. And then I looked on the map on the app, and it was closed. It said refurb. I said, what? I looked at all my refurb lists. Nothing there anywhere. And Michael was there yesterday, so I asked him to go check it out. Then he messaged me and said, yeah, it was closed. So then today it appears on the refurb list, but like I said, it will reopen on Wednesday the 6th, so it doesn't matter. As far as that says, the 6th, we'll see about that.
Broken Ride.
And Monsters.
That's what we've got.
Monsters, Inc. is under refurb through September 21st.
Very surprised that ride is still there.
Yeah.
But I like it. I'm just surprised that they've kept it this long.
Smoke Jumpers Grill will go into refurb from September 11th and through the 13th.
It's going under refurbishment to bring back the pickles.
Ooh, pickles sound good. That's not a big deal. You know, a couple of days with that too. So someone said, "Oh my God, why are they closing?" That's basically just complaints. That's, you know, I don't know what they were saying, but I was like, you know, last time it was closed is when they changed it, and I don't think it's been closed since then.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, since I write this list all the time. So it's not a big deal that Smoke Jumpers Grill is closing for a couple of days. So relax, people. But don't forget, this is subject to change without notice. Like I said, CERN was on the list, and then they took it off. So it will change. Sometimes they'll change. I'm not sure, but just give you a little heads up on the refurbishment schedule. And don't complain because things are closed. All right, everyone, we will really appreciate some help supporting the podcast. Visit patreon.com/MousePIRE. Help support the podcast. Any amount will help because we have some equipment that needs to be fixed and or we need to get some new stuff, things like that. So if you guys will help us, we would really appreciate it. Help support the podcast. Visit patreon.com/MousePIRE. Don't forget to head over to our YouTube channel. Check out the videos we have there. Check out youtube.com, of course, and search MousePIRE Podcast. Subscribe. Check out the videos and like them. We would really appreciate that, too.
All right, people, it's that time again. I don't have the bag. Somebody has the bag, but let's get to the mail.
All right, our first email comes from Sydney. She actually wrote in before saying that she was about to come check out the parks. And I think she asked a question about opinions about something. I'm not sure. I forgot, but I know she wrote in before. She says, I love the podcast. I listen every week. I'm doing my job and emailing in. Update. I made it to Disneyland.
Thank you.
I made it to Disneyland in June and got to ride Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, yeah, she was asking about that, I believe. For the first time, I loved it and have no regrets that Tower of Terror is gone. Dirty! Congratulations on 100 episodes. I have some Halloween questions for you. What is the best costume you've seen in the park from a guess?
They don't let them wear the good costumes anymore, right?
But we can just say in general before rules or whatever.
I mean, families of superheroes are always fun. You know, the one that stands out is I saw a really, really good Hatbox Ghost the first time I went to the Halloween party. Really good Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah, I was going to say they had that one, the Hatbox Ghost and the Bride. Remember the Bride and had the lit up heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
But
a
I'll
good
even
one.
throw the better one. The Manami Oda table with the guy.
Oh, he was the whole table.
He was the whole table with the, that was the best one I saw.
That was 2 years ago, right?
3, I think.
3 years ago? Yeah, I think so. I was there that year.
Yeah, that was the best one for me. Even though, like he said with the Hatbox and the Bride, that was good too. But just that person walking around like that with the wig and everything, and then with the table, that was great.
Anthony? Best
I
Halloween
don't really
costume?
remember anything. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're all kind of like, because since I've been going, it's been a lot of since they really put restrictions on costumes and stuff in the last few years, and I don't really remember. I mean, there's a lot of the cross dressings that are kind of good, and you get there was a lot of remember 3 years ago there was a lot of cross dressing. Elsa.
We're not talking about WeHo.
Well, that's another story.
Hollywood, right?
That's another story.
I think the best costume I saw was this guy in a robe.
He had a towel.
Oh, that was me. Thanks, man. I accept.
Oh, that's pretty good though. If you get a Mickey robe, you can say I'm a hotel guest.
They have Mickey robes over there?
They might.
I don't know.
They probably charge you $79 if you take it out of the room, but still.
All right, next question. Are you guys going to dress up for the Halloween party when you go?
I want to know that. Are you? Are you going to dress up?
I don't. Probably not. Probably wear a shirt that says boo. I don't know.
What about you, Shadow?
I dress up.
What are you going to be?
I don't know.
A vampire?
That's me.
Oh, original.
Yeah, but are you going to dress up as one? Like a fake one?
No, there is no fakeness here. But
fake news.
Other than Other than that, I usually don't know until 3 days later before I go because I'm undecisive. But my first choice, because I haven't done this since I was probably a kid, is going to be a pirate.
He's a pirate.
A vampire pirate.
So hopefully I get to do that and stick with my choice. But yeah, we'll see because I have a Mad Hatter kind of idea too. So, but I'm going to try to stick with my pirate.
Cool. All right, she says, and the Dirty Award goes to... Whoa, she's doing a Dirty Award.
Look out.
She says, me for not emailing again sooner. Sorry, but I graduated college and got very busy.
Now that you've graduated college, you should write more emails to us because you've got no excuse.
She says, thanks, Sydney. Well, Sydney, we appreciate you writing in anyway again, so it doesn't matter. Now you have more time to write in again. So, yay!
Yeah, and education's important first, so yeah.
Next.
All right, thank you for your email, Sydney. All right, next email is from Fancy Nancy.
Woo, Nancy.
She says, hey.
Hey now.
Disney Halloween party. Did you say you MousePIRE crew is going to be there September 27th? Yes, we did. Hey, we are going to be there too. Maybe we can take a better picture this time.
I remember.
Crash your party when you watch the parade. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So she wants us to wait and get a space for her to come and join us. Although my kids want to sit on the street, so maybe not. Or maybe they don't want to sit on the street. Let me know. We'll let you know. Main Street Electrical Parade. Do you really think this is the last time we will see this parade in Disneyland?
Maybe this version.
For the 100th time, yes.
Yeah.
We've been saying the same thing. This version, yes. This version is done.
There's a slightly different version in Tokyo. You
Right.
can watch it on YouTube.
Yes.
Floats look different, but it's similar music.
Yeah, if they ever get tired of having that one over there and it's not falling apart, we might get it here, or Florida might get it, or we might get it someday. But
I mean, it's literally called the Tokyo Disneyland Electrical Parade. So they would have to, I don't know, they'd have to make a couple changes for it to be.
But otherwise, the one that we have now, definitely not, or the one that ended, because it's like we've been saying over and over again, it's falling apart.
Well, now it's in pieces.
Now it's
taken
probably
it apart.
Well, it's probably broken into 1,000 pieces by now. So
in storage in Ontario.
Yes, and it looks nothing like it does in the commercial.
All right, I'm asking one of our peoples if the float's still back there.
They kept it back there for a while?
Well, once it was done, it would have been gone into the parade warehouse.
Right.
Until it was ready to be shipped off to Ontario, if that's where it's going.
I'm just asking if it's still back there, so see if we get a response. All right, so thank you for your email, Nancy. Really appreciate that.
I want to be clear that earlier I said not Nancy as far as emails go, but what I meant was not just Nancy.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to let everyone know that I just got a response about the Main Street Electrical Parade, but it's flown the coop.
Bye.
They took it away last week on, of course, flatbed trucks. So the Main Street Electrical Parade is no longer there. So maybe it's on a way. It's on the way to the Smithsonian. I don't know. We'll see.
You know what would be a cool picture? Is Anthony on Elliot.
Yeah.
That thing was falling apart as it was.
All right, so we got a new emailer. Woohoo! Email is from Giselle, and subject line is rose gold. What does that mean?
Rose gold over copper.
That's what it says?
Yeah, it's greater than. Greater than.
This sounds like it's going to be directed at Tim.
Or no, he's the copper guy.
I'm the one that's a copper, remember?
Oh, right. When we were talking about it without...
Yes.
Last episode, we were talking about it without Tim here.
Yeah.
And I said, well, Tim knows more about it than we do, but yeah, you had said copper. That's
right.
I was listening.
She says, hey, guys. I'm a new MousePIRE listener and have a lot to say about your podcast.
Welcome.
Cool.
First of all, they are the bomb.com.
Whoa. They? Who's they?
Who's they? Us?
Our podcast.
Oh.
She's talking to the audience. Okay, I get it.
Yes, she is.
Thank you.
I didn't know that sitting around talking about things that happen in Disneyland and all of the other Disney magic even existed. I listen to your shows when I'm driving, and they always make me laugh and keep me up to date on everything I need to know for going to Disneyland. I started with episode 98 and just finished 101. Even though we've never met, I feel like part of the club.
Go back and listen to 97, too, while you're at it.
Your opinions and thoughts about the parks are great to hear, especially because they are so honest and usually the same way I feel. I am an annual pass holder and just bought tickets for Mickey's Halloween party. This is the first year I'll be going. My boyfriend bought us September 20th tickets and October 6th. Whoa, double header there. I called yesterday and they said that even though it says they're sold out online, they always have a few tickets left if you call. If you are sad about not getting a Friday in October, give the main Disney ticket number a call. I feel that I don't give out that information because I feel you need to hurry up and get your tickets. If you miss out, then that's your problem.
Yeah, we've had too many people try to make that same claim, and then they get people's hopes up, and then they're like, well, I called like you said, blah, 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 then I didn't get anything, so that's why we don't really give that as an advice to try to do that. But, yeah, I mean, if you want to try and do it, that's on you.
Right. You seem like a super fun group to hang out at the parks with. Hashtag squad goals. Thanks for taking the time to make these special shows. I love listening and can't wait for the next one. P.S.
You're special.
P.S. The rose gold, not copper, ears are absolutely a millennial thing, and I would literally walk through fire to get a pair of those ears, or just order them on Etsy, whatevs. I don't care what you say, I'm sticking with copper. Because I tell it like it is. All right, thank you for your email, new emailer. We appreciate that, Gazelle. Awesome.
Yes, welcome. Don't be a stranger.
All right, so next email is from Dan the Man.
Hello, Dan.
Subject line, beating the heat and not the meat.
Whoa.
All right, hey guys. Been a while. Did the chalk walk last weekend on about 4 hours of sleep. Actually got parked in Pumbaa and had to walk to the park on the harbor side. Lots of pics, opportunities, including with Bullseye. That was pretty cool that Bullseye was out. I've never seen Bullseye. This is about the 5th year I've done the walk and will continue to do so. Had my buttons made by some guy named Diggs that looked great. I heard that guy was pretty good at making buttons.
Wait, the buttons looked great or Diggs looked great?
Both of us. After the walk, got some breakfast, and then decided to go into the park to ride Haunted Mansion before it closed for Jack's takeover. Ran into Michael the mail guy, checked in with him, and did something that MousePIRE doesn't do often. Rode a ride. Rode on Matterhorn.
Hashtag fake news.
Exactly. Rode on Matterhorn and had to split to do what I needed while he runs his events. Plenty of pick opportunities that morning as well. The park wasn't too busy after it opened, but it was hot.
In the hot tub.
I will be around the park on some weekends, so see you around soon. Here's hoping Michael's Dirty Award goes to that dirty-ass marathon bib, silly lady who got cited for improper use of a handicap placard. Dan out.
I was going to bring that up. I didn't know if you wanted to briefly talk about that, but I think it's dirty and funny at the same time that trick got caught.
I thought it was funny, too. I saw the video of the police coming up to her and security and all that. But I didn't read the articles because there was an article saying that one of the races, she was legit.
Okay, real quick, what happened was that she was allegedly stole a bib way back at the
Tinkerbell. I remember that one.
And then she reappeared and stole somebody's bib in the 5K, but she had her own bib for the 10K because she was doing the whatever the challenge is called. I forget what the challenge is called for the 10K and the half. So she showed up at the 10K with her own bib because she was doing that, and then it was at the end of the 10K that she got caught, that she was stopped. by PD and security, and then escorted back to her car where she was cited. She was never arrested, or as far as anybody knows, she's never been cited for the bib theft, but she was cited for having an improper handicap pass, apparently, when she got back to the parking. And then it has come out that now that she has been banned from all Run Disney events, and she has been banned from Disney property.
Wow. Yes, like I said, I didn't read the article about that one.
That's all was in the update that I just saw just recently today, about her being banned from Run Disney events and from Disney property. We don't know anything about whether she's been charged with anything other than just being cited for the improper handicap placard or whatever that was about.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your email, Dan the Man, and we will see who gets Michael's Dirty Award.
Bib Stealer, that's who gets Dirty Award.
All right, so it's time for Michael the Mail Guys. Michael the Mail Guy reporting. Michael the Mail Guy here, back at the parks and feels good. Why does it have to be hot? Took Ariel to her first trip to Disneyland on a humid day, but cool at times with wind still hot though. Thank you, Diggs, for the pictures. I appreciate it a lot. Ariel had a good time. Wifey did too. So it's a win. Wifey had such a good time with her there. She wants to come back on a Friday. Yeah, more trips. So that's pretty cool. I downloaded his PhotoPass pictures for him and gave them to him. Hot weather and visiting the MousePIRE crew for the ending of my unofficial events, but we still had a good time. Much love and be strong to our boy Dennis, our light versus dark fan. Everyone and their mom was in the same area during my meetups for Superhero Days, so sorry that I was running around and wasn't in the spot that you were supposed to be in to meet up when we said, where were you at? Both the events were fun, meeting new people and getting the word out more with support. Don't forget to join me for my next events. How to Mention Fashion, strongly supported by Vamp Shadow. And Alive in Our Hearts, awareness for pregnancy and infant loss. And my son Jacob that passed away last year. Hope to see some of you listeners there. Find us at Disneyland. It's a Big Family Entertainment. You can find us on Google too. All right, now it's time for Michael's Dirty Award. All right, Dan, this is what you're waiting for. The Dirty Award goes to the girl Patty that finally got busted for the 10K this past Saturday. But it's a Dirty Award for getting away with it for a while. Word is she is banned from Disney runs and the Disney property. We need to send her a MousePIRE Dirty button and buy. All right, questions. From what Disney has revealed about Halloween and DCA so far, do you have faith in Disney to be surprised, neutral, or same low-budget shit?
Probably a little bit of everything. I mean, the whole getting Guardians Monsters After Dark is all kind of cool and stuff, but I mean, we don't got really a whole lot else going on. Obviously, with the rumors of Racers for next year being incorporated and getting an overlay is kind of exciting sounding, because there's lots that you could do with Racers, because you figure it's a tracked ride, so you could put all kinds of cool things along the track to see, and you can even do some, especially at night, you can do some blacklight effects on the track, and you could even put some, it'd be really cool if they could put some temporary wraps on the cars where the cars themselves react to blacklight. That would be really cool. But I mean, it really depends. I mean, we have to wait and see. I mean, you guys have already started to see some of the decorating going on over there in Cars Land. Other than Cars Land, have you seen any other decorating going on yet? Or
yeah, that store over there that is across from Flo's.
Okay.
That one has some decorating.
But as far as outside of Cars Land, have you seen any decorating over on on Buena Vista Street or in Hollywood Land or any of that?
No, I haven't seen anything yet.
So I don't know how far they're going with the decorating. I mean, we know that we're getting the Headless Horseman and all the statue and all that stuff.
We'll probably get those banners on the poles.
Right.
Halloween
so
banners.
I'm expecting that there should be at least some decorating going on Buena Vista Street if they're going to be having stuff in front of Carthay. And it'd be kind of cool if they did some projections on Carthay itself. Maybe some of those floating bats or something. Some kind of cool. I mean, because we know that from the original concept art that we're supposed to have those bats that on the Carthay, right?
Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah, that's right.
Completely forgot about that, actually, until just now. That we're supposed to get those bats on that are supposed to be on top of Carthay and all kinds of cool stuff. So
I don't think it's going to be low budget. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
I mean, I think it's going to be probably, compared to what they have planned for next year, hopefully, what they have going on this year will seem kind of underwhelming. But, I mean, you got to give them time to kind of work into that.
All right, next question. Will Groot stay or leave once Summer of Heroes is over?
Honestly, I think you'd probably agree with me. I don't think that they spent all the money on that costume not to use it. I mean, especially with the, they may even incorporate, have Groot have some part in the Halloween, in the Monsters After Dark.
Yeah, I think they'll probably end up doing a meet and greet thing.
At worst, he'll move over and he'll become part of the Spider-Man Cap meet and greet. He'll be incorporated in there. Or perhaps he'll become a walk-around. Like, of course, we don't know. Do we think that maybe Thor is going to be going away too? I mean, Thor wasn't even around really that long with his whole...
I haven't even seen him.
With his whole walking around, doing walkabout thing. So, I mean... Who knows? I don't see them having spent the money and effort to put that really awesome Groot costume together to not use it. So I would think that he should be incorporated into at least his own, continue his own meet and greet without the awesome dance party. Still have his own meet and greet right there, or send him over to where Cap and Spider-Man are, or something.
I'd rather
like
him
that.
stay in front of over there.
Yeah.
All right, random question. Do you feel that the overhaul for the Haunted Mansion should be after Halloween or keep it in September?
Should be what?
Should it be after Halloween or keep it in September? Like, should this be a Halloween thing? I don't know.
Well, all of Halloween starts in September. I mean, if he's implying that the Haunted Mansion shouldn't start until October, then he's implying that all of Halloween shouldn't start until October. But then at the same time, Mickey's Halloween parties start on the... what day is it? The 20th?
The 20th is the first
party.
party.
So, I mean, Mickey's Halloween party starts on the 20th, so no matter what, everything should be up and running by then, no matter what. I mean, you look at Walt Disney World, Walt Disney World started
August.
Not So Scary Halloween at end of August,
Right.
so, I mean, what's too early?
Right.
I mean, since now we know that summer is basically over the third week in August instead of being over in Labor Day.
Right.
It's like I've been saying, like, what's the point of even having Labor Day anymore?
Now, Michael the Mail Guy's Tip of the Week.
All right, so yes, time for Michael's Tip of the Week. One of his Tip of the Week is what we've been doing anyway, so here it goes.
So he's being redundant.
No, he's not being redundant. He barely discovered this.
Oh.
But I've done this twice already. All right. New place to chill and to get a good laugh as you watch tourists think they're going into a new land but stopped by a wall. Hungry Bear entrance to Star Wars land. My name for it. Screw you. Get it right. Galaxy's Edge. I don't care what you like or what you don't like. It's Galaxy's Edge. So get used to that, Michael. I'm sure when it's dark, it's a good place to take a loved one. Sad thing is, I can see why the wait times are 40 minutes for the trains because they don't come by as much as the boats do. Try it and email us your review. Till then, this is Michael the Mail Guy saying bye.
What boats?
Why, he's saying the train doesn't come around as much as the Mark Twain and the Columbia.
Oh, the Mark Twain.
Yeah.
I was like, what boats?
So, yeah, I mean, we've already done that a couple of times. We went over there and chilled by that area, but, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to just chill there and, like, whatever.
I mean, there's not enough space over there to just start chilling. If anything, I'd rather chill up in the new extended deck, even though there's not a lot of shade over there. There is trees.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but with winter coming, that would be, I even said when we first went over there to check it out, remember I said I think that this new deck will be a good place to hang out when winter comes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could definitely see that replacing, especially with no bands around in Tomorrowland. There's nothing holding us back to Tomorrowland again. So, definitely, there's no reason for us not to create a new meeting, quote-unquote, meeting spot right above those stairs by the entrance to Galaxy's Edge.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for your email, Michael. Thank you, Dan the Man. Thank you, Giselle, for writing in for the first time. Thank you, Sydney. I think that was all of you. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. I forget things, and I don't write them down. So anyway, thank you for your emails. Also, if you guys have any comments, you have your own tip of the week, month, year, you have your own top fives, whatever you want to talk about, all you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
We will be very, very happy to read those. We love getting new emailers to email us, so that'll be a good time for you guys to do that. Don't forget, if you have your own stupid questions, you can email those. That'd be great.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode. We appreciate everyone taking their time and listening, especially all you guys who just love to listen to us because we are thebomb.com. There you go. A reminder that we will be at Mickey's Halloween party on September 27th. So if you're going to be there, come find us. You heard that Nancy will be there too. So if you guys are wondering who are these MousePIRE people and who is this Fancy Nancy, well, you can come find us and take some pictures and whatever, get some candy, or give us some candy. We love candy. So yeah, September 27th, we will be there. It is sold out, so you guys can't buy those tickets right now. But we did give you a list of what days were available, which we are not going through again, but you can go to the MousePIRE Facebooks and check that out. So yeah, come find us on September 27th at Mickey's Halloween party.
Don't forget that Halloween time at the parks will be starting on the 15th. And also just before that, don't forget the 10th will be your last day to partake in all of the Summer of Heroes goodness. There is obviously no forever Summer of Heroes like with Summer Season of the Force. There will be no extension of that. It's too bad because there was a lot of the food items I still wanted to try.
Yeah, I want to try that Babacoa.
Yeah, I would like to have gone over there and tried that Milano and some of the other drinks. Maybe some of those will stick around. Who knows? If not, I'll just have to settle for having the cherry Coke.
And tachos.
Right. Yes, maybe the tachos will be back. So hopefully there'll be at least those.
Maybe on a secret menu.
Right, or something. So we'll see about that. As I said, the 10th will be the last day of, will be this coming Sunday, will be the last day of Summer of Heroes. And then next Friday, HalloweenTime comes to the parks finally. And hopefully that means that sooner or later, that means cool weather and niceness back at the parks. As usual, if you guys don't know what is going on, or if you guys want to know when we are in the parks, or anybody's in the parks, or somebody, or nobody's in the parks, check out all of the social medias. We are, of course, MousePIRE on Facebook, at MousePIRE on Twitter and Instagram. I am now, in case you've forgotten, I am now at Dubacks4Life on Twitter, Dubacks4, F-O-R, Life, no more underscores.
But of course, you can find me on Instagram, and like we talked about Casey Undercover, I took many pictures of that. So if you want to see behind all the shenanigans we did that day, I have them posted up, and many pictures that I take when I'm at the park. So yes, so you can find me, of course, Shadow_Vamp on Instagram.
He has underscores.
I do.
Better call a doctor about that.
You can find me on Facebook. You type in Tim Fresh -1. I'm the only one on Facebook with that name. If you like Facebook groups and fun conversation and stupid questions, you should check out Mouse Lovers 1313. It's our group on Facebook. You can fun contests by my wonderful girlfriend Elizabeth.
You can follow me on Instagram, Baloo1313. I will share all my wonderful pictures there because they're beautiful, just like shadows.
Of course.
Or you can also follow Buttons by Diggs on Instagram. There you will see when your button order is going out. So yeah, Buttons by Diggs on Instagram, and my own personal is Baloo1313. Don't forget to help support the podcast. Visit patreon.com/MousePIRE. Any amount will help. Also check out our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search MousePIRE Podcast, subscribe, check out the videos, like them. We'll be putting more content up there soon. So yeah, check all that stuff out. We're all over the place, but we're not in your face.
Buttons, not pins. Of course, until next time, remember, if you think there's a possibility that you might get chased by dinosaurs, make sure you have a pair of running shoes handy. So for Chief Vic, Dwayne Wayne, and Potsy, I'm Anthony.
I'm Shadow.
I'm Tim.
I'm Diggs.
Bye.
This microphone's kind of meh.
This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com.
No, now we're watching Angels highlights. We don't need to see that crap. Dan's not here.
We all, we blah.
Garland.
This is Halloween.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Monsters After Dark.